Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a wonderful Wednesday night. We are ready to go again with a little bit of AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage tonight. We're going to get into all of it. We are here for every minute of the action. We will be your live reaction to all of it tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Lots to figure out, lots to talk about. Who will help Tony? Will anybody help Tony? We are in Winnipeg. Kenny is back, and there's so much to talk about, folks. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go. Ding, 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 folks. We're live and back at it again. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you AEW Dynamite tonight, and we bring you a bonus AEW Rampage. So 3 hours of AEW on a Wednesday. Strap in, strap on, like I always say, folks. It's going to be an interesting one. Lots to talk about, lots to get into, whether it's AEW or otherwise. The wrestling world's still a buzz. Lots going on, lots happening out there in the news. But tonight we will see, the last couple weeks here for AEW Dynamite, been up in the air. We'll talk about it. We're going to get into all of it. It's going to be a fun Wednesday night, as it always is. I see people filling up that chat already. Get in there. Make sure you say hi. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. Be a part of the family. If you haven't clicked like or subscribe yet, please do so. Join all the fun. We got more coming your way. But I will remind everybody out there, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. And this, like I said, is the Wrestling for Life Network. Big shout out to Big Nick and Ringsider Anthony. We're looking forward to this one. And like I said off the top, we've had a couple interesting shows. Big moments, depending on who you ask, coming off the heels of Tony Khan's brutal assault and then everything that happened at the NFL draft. A very interesting week, very interesting times. But AEW finds himself back in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and Kenny Omega will be returning in front of his home crowd. Should be a fun one tonight. Should be interesting. Will the Elite have any issues? Will there be any blowback? Remember, it was the Elite that pushed Tony Khan to the brink of a neck brace. It was the Elite that suspended or fired, or I don't know what they did, but they pushed out Kenny Omega. They got rid of Adam Page. So what will happen? We do feel like there's a babyface team going to be structured, but I don't know. And maybe someone in the chat might know, but nobody's quite sure the status of Kenny Omega going into all this. Can he take a bump? Is he ready to go? Is he better? Is he healed up? I don't believe he ever had the surgery. So a lot of questions to be answered. And also, I have found a new reason to be mad at Chris Jericho as he jinxed the Winnipeg Jets last night. Thanks, Chris. I predict they're going to win 4-2. Bye-bye, Winnipeg. So that's all. But the Leafs got to win, so I'm happy. But like I said, folks, lots to get into. Copeland's going to have an open challenge. Actually, it's a little bit of a House of Black challenge. One of the members of the House of Black are going to jump in, take him on. But, yeah, we're going to talk all about that as well. I know that Mariah May is going to take on, why am I blanking on it? Who's Mariah May taking on? Mariah May will be in action tonight, and I know who she's fighting, Serena Deeb. But, yeah, a big card. Lots happening. Swerve's supposed to find out a new challenger. Not sure what Ospreay's up to. Jericho's going to take on Shibata, everybody's fave. So yeah, lots of action, lots coming your way here for Dynamite tonight. We are about just under 10 minutes away from the start. So get in that chat. Let me know what's on your mind. And as always, if you feel like I'm not clicking on you, we do have the super chat. We do have the super stickers, and we do have the membership. So make sure you get in there, you stand out amongst the crowd and blow this chat up. I want to see triple digits. I see that number climbing nicely as we head towards the start of Dynamite tonight. But let's talk to the chat. Let's see what you guys are thinking. But C Money, good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. In an interview, TK alluded to the idea that that an authority figure would cover for him in Winnipeg. Could it be Kenny, Sting, Camille? I don't know. He did allude to this. A lot of people kind of thought it was interesting. Like, why not have an authority figure beyond just this? Maybe always have an authority figure. Maybe people will take the angle more serious if it was somebody that legitimately looks like they can have a fight. But yeah, my guess, C Money, and welcome back, sir. My guess is that it will be Kenny's in charge tonight, and that will cause more issues between him and the Elite. That's my only guess. Or maybe he was just pulling everyone's leg and he's not going to let anybody do it. I don't know. I think it's going to be Kenny. If it's anybody but Kenny, does it really make sense? Like, who could it be? It's not going to be Camille. Sting would be hilarious. Maybe Jericho's in charge tonight. Maybe it's Dynamite, brought to you by the Learning Tree. Maybe. I don't know. None of it really makes sense. We'll find out. We'll find out together. I don't understand why Dynamite and Rampage tonight. Again, Rampage is getting smacked around like a volleyball right now. Some nights it's on Saturdays. I don't really know why it's on Wednesday tonight, not Saturday this week. I have no idea. I'll be perfectly honest with everybody listening right now. I'd rather not be doing Rampage tonight. I'll be 100% honest with you. We'll see. Hopefully Dynamite's good. Maybe I'm full of energy by the time we get to the end of the 2 hours, and 1 more hour is not a big deal. We'll see. I mean, again, it's one of the unfortunate parts of being with TNT and Tony's relationship with TNT, and they can't really help it. I mean, they have deals of, they run the deal for the sports, for the NBA, for the NHL. They make more money off those, I'm assuming. But yeah, Rampage has been bounced around. Collision's been moved. We've had shows at midnight. So yeah, I mean, unfortunate, but Damien, good to see you. Good to see you. Eric Rowan officially signed with WWE. Yes. So this afternoon, this is the big story that's been circulating, that Eric Rowan is officially signed back to the WWE. And a lot of people are connecting the dots. A lot of people are reading the tea leaves, if you will, and they're putting 2 and 2 together. Eric Rowan slides in nicely with whatever we're doing with Uncle Howdy / Bo Dallas, potentially Alexa Bliss, potentially Braun Strowman, potentially Joe Gacy, potentially Nikki Cross, Dexter Loomis. There's a lot of potentials. There's a lot of maybes. There's a lot of who could be coming and who could be going. We'll find out. But yes, Eric Rowan coming back only helps those rumors, only solidifies those rumors. Sorry, I'm dropping shit on myself. So we'll see. I like Eric Rowan. I believe he brings a lot to the table. Nice to see Redbeard back in the mix. I'm happy about it. And we'll see how this ties into the Wyatt Six. Are we finally going to get the Wyatt Six we've been waiting for? I hope so, Damien. HH3, good to see you. Kevin, good to see you. Damien again. Roddy, how are you? Almost time. Hope to contribute to those AEW low ratings. Listen, it's going to get to a point where more people are watching this stream than they're watching the actual show if it keeps trending this way. But welcome back, Kevin, just in case I missed you. But yeah, get in that chat, folks. Let's go. Eric Tate, good to see you. I'm ready for Will Ospreay. Absolutely, Tommy. Will's been such a good signing, such a big part of the show. Again, the guy just puts on a clinic. I wish there was something more for him. I do not, and I will put this out to the chat. I do not love that he is chasing the Continental title. I know some people are like, well, he's going to elevate it and da-da-da. Nah, that belt hasn't meant a whole lot to this company. And again, when you sign a guy the caliber of Ospreay, we even talked about this with Mercedes going after the TBS title. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't like it. I don't think it's good. I think it's beneath him. The Undisputed Kingdom's been null and void since before Christmas. I don't know, guys. I mean, I'll take your 2 cents on it, but I love Will Ospreay. I just don't think this is great booking for him. Why is Joe facing a member of Private Party? I didn't know he was, and I'm not really thrilled that he is. Is he really? That's interesting. I don't know what angle or what you're trying to set up from that. Brian Cage is also in action tonight. I thought Brian Cage had a weird booking too. No Willow segment tonight. No Sasha. Oh, okay. Sasha probably thinks she's too good for Canada, but we'll just say that. Mariah May versus Deeb. Yes. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to Deeb. I like Mariah May. I think there's something there. Deeb getting involved. Rumors are that the AEW has signed Camille. So if all of this is true, if all of this adds up, if all of this is exactly what we think it is, the women's division is getting stronger by the minute. The booking has to complement the division. I have no interest in Jericho versus Shibata. Shibata is just being fed to people. I have no interest in Jericho versus Shibata. Shibata's going to lose thanks to Big Bill and or maybe another member of the learning tree. Nobody wants to see Jericho. And I'm going to save my Jericho rant for later. I know we get a weekly Jericho rant from me. But again, Jericho's trying to lean into his critics. Jericho's trying to own it. You know, if I make fun of me, they can't make fun of me. Wrong. When you make fun of yourself and you're being so transparent and so full of shit and so obviously just garbage, sorry, I'm not looking forward to it. I don't like the learning tree. I don't like this matchup with Shibata. I don't like the fact that Chris Jericho's the FTW champion. I don't like any of it. I don't like that he pushed Taz down and Taz just rolled over like Mr. Potato Head. I don't like any of it, folks. ATL Thrashers, they're kicking it old school. Let's go. Let's go. Are you ready for some cheesy television? Always. Thanks, Goldberg. Keyshawn, how you doing? How you doing? What's up, TLD? Welcome back. Ken, how you doing? Did you already address Darby being hit by a bus? This is something we talked about earlier in the week. We actually talked about it on Sunday as well in our members only stream. So if you're not a member, become a member so you don't miss out on the members only stuff. But yeah, Darby got hit by a bus. And for all the bumps and stunts we've seen Darby do in the last 4 years, apparently crossing the road was the biggest one of them all. I don't know the full story. I don't know the full details. I don't want to make fun of anyone's misfortune, but the rumor is he's doing A-okay. He was out at a fundraiser later that night. But yeah, you got a busted nose from a bus. Unfortunate events. I said it on the weekend. I'll say it again. I feel like the universe is telling Darby Allin to stay the hell away from Everest. That's how I'm taking this. It just feels like he was about to go to Everest and he broke his foot. Then, you know, he's getting better and then he breaks his face. I don't know, man. I don't know. If I was Darby, I would maybe stay indoors, keep it low key, keep it chill for a little while. But T's and P's, I hope he's okay. The man's made of rubber most days, so I'm sure he will bounce back. But yeah, no, man got hit by a bus. That can't be good. Jason, member for 9 months. There you go. It's a boy. No, I'm just kidding. KJ, are the reports true that TK has hired a new GM? Nothing official, nothing that I know for certain. Up until about 5 minutes to go before I went live, I was checking, you know, all the news feeds and all the fun stuff. He alluded to maybe someone being in charge. By the way, we might find out right now. As I got the start of AEW Dynamite, folks, we are going live. Make sure you get in that chat. Remember, there's a bonus hour of Rampage tonight. And we got Tony to open the show. I'm producing from Jacksonville. We got Kenny. Oh my God. We got Tony. He's not cleared to leave Jacksonville. Bullshit. And now we're getting glitches. What in the name of what the? AEW, no signal. The Young Bucks cut off Tony Khan. And as I predicted, if you've been here this week, the Young Bucks were going to take over this show. So Tony was trying to produce from Jacksonville, and that might not be the case. We have ironclad contracts with a founder's clause. These guys suck. The Jacksons cut promos the way Dave Meltzer talks. It's fucking irritating. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, Dynamite is kicking off. And as I predicted, and wow, we got an elite Dynamite opening package, guys. Everything is about the elite. The entire Dynamite opening is the elite. Ha! What's up, Stoner Jesus? How you doing? I will get back to this chat. But if you can't see what I can see, Tony Khan kicked off the show from Florida, and the Young Bucks interrupted the feed, cut them off, and now the Young Bucks are running the show. Even the opening video to Dynamite was all elite. What do you think? What do you think? It's going to be an interesting night. What's going on, Scott? What's going on, Jake? And here comes Swerve to open the show. I think it might be Brian Cage. Okay, it is Swerve. Thank God. What's up, Scott? What's up, Eric? What's up, Easy Bake? Richard Jr., I see you there. Roderick, I still believe in AEW and still has a chance. Hopefully, this is the beginning of greatness. Fingers crossed. I mean, what we've been seeing lately doesn't give me a lot of hope, but I'm praying that they can course correct. And again, I mean, little details. I don't mind the fact this is what I predicted would happen coming out of last week. The only way you were going to jump into this was that the Young Bucks were going to take over in the absence of Tony. Tony can't be there. He's not medically cleared. Here's what it is. You want to kayfabe it? Fine. But Tony can't be there. The Young Bucks cut him off. We got the interruption. Basically, they're saying that in their contracts, if Tony can't be there, the EVPs are in charge. Then we get the opening package, the opening video that you always get with the Dynamite music. And it was all elite. It was Jack Perry. It was Okada. It was Nick. It was Matt. A very interesting touch. I kind of give him some points on it, to be honest. I will go down with that ship. So will Tony. You'll be like the fiddler. You'll be good. He's playing the orchestra down. Bonkers, good to see you. And I see over 100 people. Let's get to 150 tonight. But we are on and rolling. Swerve's got a mic. Jay White versus Dante Martin. I saw this match, and it pains my heart. It really does. I know they're trying to, the Bullet Club versus Top Flight trio shit. Again, Jay White fucking around with Dante Martin and undercard talent doesn't do well for me. What's up, Kyle? How you doing? How you doing, Kyle? I don't want Ospreay with that belt. It looks like he's going to have that belt, Keyshawn. Well, this stream is almost at TNA pay-per-view buys. Yeah, their last pay-per-view, only 500 buys. I mean, that's unfortunate. I like what TNA is doing. I like their product. I like their wrestlers, but that's not good. So Swerve essentially asking, who's going to be my opponent? This is how we set up a story angle or a storyline or an angle here. Swerve saying Winnipeg doesn't know who it is. Noseman era. Good to see you, Mike. Good to see you, Russell. Brother Fluff Salisbury. Good to see you. I hope Tony Khan suspend Jack Perry. Nope. Oh, we got the Bucks back on the screen. Oh, man. Keep that chat going, folks. I will get there. I will get there. Good to see you, Tony. JV. Lucas is in the house. How you doing? How you doing? Bashy is back. There's Tony. How are you? How are you? Just Joe 47. Danny D is with us another Wednesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Vance. Okay, so the Bucks are arranging the best opponent for Swerve. One of the best wrestlers of all time. Oh, look who's back. Look who's back. The patriarch, Christian Cage. Looks like he is going after Swerve at Double or Nothing. Why? We don't know. But I don't hate it. I do hate that Nick Wayne's mom's still here. Good old Canadian boy in Canada. Oh, they're all back. The whole family is here, folks. All hail Khan. Yeah, what's up, King? Moxley, Tommy, the old Grandpa Bucks. I'm predicting Swerve versus Jack Perry at Double or Nothing. See, based on what we just saw on the screen with the Young Bucks, that would almost make sense. I don't love it, and I don't think Jack Perry should have a title shot, but Christian Cage feels like out of left field. Welcome. Hey, am I the only one getting Spanish? I did not get any Spanish. I got the Young Bucks struggling to speak English, but no Spanish. Hello. Christopher, good to see you. Or no, sorry, Christian. Christian, Craig's in the house. The Grinch is with us. Welcome, 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 folks. Let's see if we can get those numbers up. Be a friend, tell a friend. The embassy should wipe the floor with those guys. Yeah, but here's the thing: is Swerve still with those guys? Like, should he be associated with the embassy? He's outnumbered. Oh, and Christian just hits him with the mic and starts whooping him. Nana gets out of the ring. What the fuck? Wow. So Christian just. Oh, Swerve fighting back. Here comes Nick Wayne. And the crowd quietly watches. Oh, Mother Wayne. Big headbutt by Kill Switch. Nana laid out. Finally getting involved. And there it is. Unprettier. On the bell. Down goes Swerve. What is happening? I would like to see Osprey and Phoenix. Yeah, I think that'd be a fun match. Absolutely. I'm okay with that. Mama Wayne, The Rock, see you, Mama. Nana taking a cutter from Nick Wayne. So out of left field, we are going to get Christian Cage versus Swerve Strickland. No. Yeah, again, maybe they didn't make it to Canada, Kid Revos. Welcome back. Welcome back, Eamon, as well. Yeah, facts, Juan. I never forget, says Christian. Oh, long-term storytelling. Long time ago. Remember when Swerve broke into Nick Wayne's house? This is revenge for that. Got it, got. Oh, sorry, wrong show. Yeah, no kidding. So Swerve is getting beat up because once upon a time he broke into Nick Wayne's house. By the way, KJ, your Leafs are so lucky. You say lucky, I say fortunate. But yeah, there was definitely some luck in there. Huge overtime win. We'll see how tomorrow goes. They win tomorrow, everything changes. No Mogul Embassy. Now, here's the ironic part, kid, is that Brian Cage is scheduled to be in action tonight. Not this. Steve G not feeling it. My TV used to switch to Spanish commentary. Christian is a face. Not really. More trash. What I don't like right now, what I don't like right now is the fact that the crowd isn't making any noise. We got a little bit of a boo there just now, but it is just no, like Christian's Canadian and they're still not reacting. I hear AEW sign people. Who are they? The only rumor I know of right now is Camille. So we can go from there. Camille, the former NWA Women's Champion, longest reigning women NWA Women's Champion of all time. What are your thoughts on doing more international PLEs this year? I love it. I like it, Lucas. I really do. I don't mind the Saturday afternoon pay-per-views. Kind of nice. Get your wrestling in, then you have the rest of the day. But again, I like when they go around because the crowds are so into it. We saw Puerto Rico last year. We saw Montreal Elimination Chamber. And we're going to see it all summer long. We're going to see France. We're going to see, we're going to see Saudi again. We're going to see Canada. We're going to see Toronto. Hello. For Money in the Bank. The crowds are going to be great. Germany's going to be off the chain as well. Oh, they're ripping out. Kill Switch just ripped the hair out of Swerve's head. And the crowd's just, meh. Who's going to be the Sting of AEW? Can't have a new NWO without a face-painted guy in the rafters. Tony Khan. Tony Khan is going to start painting his face and sitting up in the rafters. He's going to become Phantom of the Tony. Phantom of the Khan. Maybe. Great. I hope you all had a great day. Hey, happy hump day to everybody out there. Hope everyone's happy, healthy, and safe. If you are just tuning in, the Young Bucks are in complete control of the show. And apparently they've decided that Christian Cage will take on Swerve Strickland at Double or Nothing. That's the angle. We already got the graphic. It's up. Whoo! I'm all ears, folks. How you feeling? What the heck are they doing with Swerve? This is so strange. David, I'm with you, man. I'm so hopeful. I really want Swerve's run to be solid. And I don't know. The crowd is Canadian, therefore usually louder. And therefore, this quiet crowd, that's disappointing. Dun 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 dun. Father Cage. AEW sucks real bad tonight, and no audio on stream. Not Larry. Anyone else want to confirm that? I think Larry might have hit the mute button on his end because all my mics are jumping and people seem to be responding to my comments. Be weird if you watch me for the last 28 minutes and couldn't hear me. So I'm assuming I'm being heard. KJ, you're great, but I can't with AEW. As here comes Adam Copeland for the Copeland Open, the Cope Challenge. Sup, David? How you doing? I see Gerald in the house. How you doing? Christian sucks to high heaven. Christian's been one of the best heels in AEW. I like what Christian had done up until he fought Edge. And now it's just Edge wiped them all out, took the belt, and now we're moving on. Instead of Christian just showing up and having a reason to be mad at Swerve, it's just, this is happening. We picked your opponent. There's no rhyme, no reason. Yeah, sure. Swerve broke into Nick Wayne's house months ago. Christian beat the shit out of Nick Wayne. Look where we are now. So I don't know what to tell you. It's not my favorite. You should be. Yes, thank you, Steve. Thank you. Wow. Theater, how you doing? We got 139. I want to see 150, and then I want to see 200. Y'all know I'm greedy, so get in there. Let me know what's up. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. How do you feel about the opening segment? How do you feel about what's happening on the show? House of Black coming out now. I don't know if they announced who they're going to pick to take on Copeland. So I got a blackout with talking. So Malachi saying, why should I fight you now? Okay, okay. MJF or Darby will be Sting. Maybe Darby, maybe Darby. I don't picture MJF with the face paint. All right. So Malachi basically says, I don't want to fight you. So will it be King? Will it be Murphy? Will it be Julia? This show is off to a very slow start, energy wise. I picked Buddy versus Adam. Okay, okay. And it looks like it will be Buddy. Buddy Matthews on a 3-match winning streak. Hey. Edge's gear is kind of fire, though. I like what Edge does. I mean, when he comes to Toronto, when he comes to Canada, and he always kind of does it up for his country. So I like it. I'm happy with it. And again, if we're going to get Malachi Black, Adam Copeland at Double or Nothing, I'm okay with that. Nick, mom will get it. Nick Wayne's mom has got it going. It's called X. WWE stars getting pushed to an extent, absolutely. The mic is still not working in AEW. The audio is messed up. I will be honest, my audio has been fine. Like, I don't mean my stream, but I mean what I'm hearing from AEW. I know last week a lot of people in the States had issues. I didn't. So it was very funny where a lot of people complained about not hearing things. It's like they have a problem between going from the in-house speakers to the television. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. But ladies and gentlemen, I will take your prediction. Remember, we take a prediction on every single match. We take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So get in there. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know who's going to win as Buddy Matthews taking on Adam Copeland. I have a feeling that either Adam Copeland wins and the lights go out, or the lights go out and Adam Copeland doesn't win. I know that sounds like I'm picking both sides, right? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I want 150. But thank you, John. Thank you for noticing. We're trying to catch TNA numbers here. I've been watching the TBS feed, and I have no audio. I have no audio problems. Thank you, Just Joe. All right. Again, maybe where you are, what's up? Maybe like Larry, check your system, hit your mute button, maybe before pointing out other people's problems. House of Black interferes. Adam for the win. I think Copeland has to win this, or it's a no contest. I like Buddy. Why they keep doing him like this? He's on a 3-match winning streak, Ken. No, I don't know. The House of Black's been booked very weak. On and off, hot and cold. Malachi doesn't get very many single matches. I don't get it. Buddy Matthews is great. They don't use him a whole lot. They pull him on Raw. There you go. Buddy Matthews, another professional jobber. But the sad part is he shouldn't be. He's a hell of a wrestler. Lance Von Erich couldn't save it. House of Black and WWE would hit different. Keyshawn, I think there will come a day where maybe not the House of Black as we know it, but I do believe Malachi Black will eventually be back in the WWE. I think eventually it makes sense. I think Triple H will do a lot more with Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews. I think he knows the value that they bring to the table, and I don't think he's going to sleep on it. Edge for the win, says Danny. Welcome back, Danny. Welcome back, everybody. I see a lot of new names hanging around the chat, so let's get in there. Be a friend, tell a friend, take this link, drop it where you know they're talking wrestling. Let's see if we can get 200 people in here tonight. KJ, do you think Buddy Matthews needs a new name? Buddy, not terrified. I mean, hey, buddy. It's not the greatest name for the dark, spooky gimmick, Buddy Matthews. Yeah, it doesn't really fit, but I'm willing to be sold on anything. If he goes back to the dub, he's probably going to be Buddy Murphy. So I don't know. Maybe the Buddy's an issue. We got to come up with something else. But we got a tope by Edge. And down goes Buddy. Come on, buddy. Buddy Matthews got that one. Got that one. I don't know what the hell that is. Buddy Ripley, Adam Copeland for the win. This Adam Copeland run has been lackluster at best. The Adam Copeland run has simply been a series of challenges, right? Like, again, no real rival. Who is Adam Copeland's big rival? Well, it's Christian, but Christian's now fucking with someone else. Like, there's not enough rivals. There's not enough counterpoint in this company. It's just the way it is. I liked some of the matches. This match is off to a decent start. I picked Buddy for, yeah, I'm with you on that. Edge's gear, got that one. All right, let's go. AEW is a bunch of smoke and mirrors and not in a good way. I find for the base audience that they have, like, I think AEW at times, for me, they get away with, like, from their core fan base, is they can give you outright piles of shit. But in that big giant pile of shit, there's one peanut butter cup. And if you find that peanut butter cup, it's the best pile of shit ever. And that's kind of how I feel about it. Like, we get these shows, we get these pay-per-views, and there's not a whole lot going on. There's not a lot of quality. It's not put together well. But then we get an Ospreay match, and everyone forgets that the rest of the pay-per-view was fucking mid at best. That's what I think happens a lot. So, yeah, definitely a lot of, like, again, we don't really have the trained wrestlers, so we'll put them all in garbage matches. We really don't have a plan, so we'll just go no DQ, lazy booking. Thank you, Cornette. But, I mean, at times, it's great. But when you're leaning on the in-ring action to carry the product, the in-ring action has to cook. And a lot of times it doesn't. You give me Jericho versus Hook on a pay-per-view, that instantly makes that pay-per-view not as good as it could be. Period. Adam Copeland for the win. We are in picture, by the way. Rhea's fiance. I want Buddy Matthews, Malachi Black, and Brody King in WWE. I'd be very excited to see all three. I don't know if they get all three. And the only outlier would be Brody King for me. If WWE could get their hands on Brody King, hold on. I think they could do a lot with a Brody King. You get me all mixed up. Buddy is a very lucky guy. I'll take that. Honestly, so far AEW is good. I give them points for the opening, though. Again, if anyone out there was shocked, oh my God, I can't believe this. To me, it was very obvious. This was the next step. They run amok, they cause trouble. It's just, to me, the difference is, like, if you compare it to the old NWO, and I know a lot of people have been doing that, they were cool. They were badass. They'd fuck shit up. They would destroy things. The Bucks are just so light and fluffy and not intimidating. That's the tricky part. I do give them points for changing the intro video. I don't know if you guys saw this at the beginning of the show, but the usual video package we get to start Dynamite was nothing but the Elite. Jungle Boy, Okada, Matt and Nikki. That's what we were getting all night long in the whole package. So I love it. I give them points for that. I did not like the Swerve segment. I do not like how they just dropped is Christian Cage the top ranked wrestler? Is Christian Cage on a hot streak? Did he really have a genuine beef with Swerve? No. The Bucks said we found somebody, and here he comes. I didn't love that. That segment was a little flat to me. The crowd in the building was flat. This match off to a good start. So that gets everybody. If you are just tuning in, that gets everybody up to date. Tiffany, good to see you. Welcome back. I heard Mr. Black wants to come back. His wife is in a WWE. There have been a lot of rumors about Malachi Black, up and down, in and out. He's had injury issues. He's had apparently backstage issues, though I can't confirm that. But it's been a tumultuous career or relationship between Malachi Black and AEW. We'll see where it goes. I truly expect to see Malachi Black back in WWE at some point. As, by the way, we're out of picture. Buddy Murphy is in control of Edge. The crowd's still a little bit on the quiet side. Dun, dun, dun. Down, boy. So Brian Cage is here. He's in the Mogul Embassy. Where the hell was he when Swerve was getting killed? Small details, see money, that drive me up the wall. And maybe, again, I'm just the old wrestling fan that gets too picky about shit. Last week, the Elite took out Tony Khan, stood over him, celebrated, slowly walked out, talked shit to the fans, and then left. And in the same door that they walked out of, all the baby faces ran in. Did you not grab them in Gorilla? What happened? Why now? Why did nobody run out before they hit the Meltzer driver? Why was there not people at least standing around the ring being like, don't do it, don't do it? It's the little things. It's the little things, money. You want to make this show better, details matter. Buddy still in control. Penta versus Swerve will pop. Big fan of Penta versus Swerve. I feel like we recently saw this, Tony, but a big fan of both guys. I really, really am. That's true. I agree with you. Bud Matthews. Just call him Bud. What up, Bud? You call him, I don't know. Call him Austin. Joe says the one thing that might help Dynamite is the Celtics are blowing out the Heat 20 points in the second quarter. I don't think so. I'm so tired of, the basketball's on. This is on. They're all excuses. Okay, Raw had a down week this week number-wise. I don't care what the excuses are. If you have a show that makes people tune in, they'll tune in. By the way, 160 people tuning in right now. If you are new here, make sure you hit the buttons. Hit those little reaction buttons. Apparently, they help my algorithm. So help us out. Help grow the channel. We just had the best month in the channel's history by far. We had an epic April. We thank everybody out there for being a part of that. Most views we've ever had, the most watch time, the most new subscribers. All of the analytics are blowing through the roof. Very important message for Tony Khan. Analytics matter. Pay attention. Ours are going up. Yours are going down. But all that being said, be a friend, tell a friend, folks. If you're watching me right now and you take our link, drop it anywhere you know people are talking about wrestling. Let's see if we can get Wednesday night to 200 people here tonight. I just threw all my Reese's away. MDV. I mean, sorry, not all my analogies are pretty. As Buddy and Edge are out of the ring and Aubrey in the spotlight, loving it. We're at a 6. KJ, when are we going to get Trent versus OC match? I don't know. We just saw it again, probably double or nothing, I guess. He just had a parking lot fight with Chucky. Both men into the ring, beating the count. There you go. There you go. Who wants a shitty peanut butter cup? That is my point exactly. But it's got, this is lovely. I'm never going to look at peanut butter cups the same way again. I didn't mean to ruin peanut butter cups for everybody. I really didn't. Giving Tony another chance. Again, here's the thing. As a fan, guys, there is stuff here that I really, really like. I like the idea that there's a group taking over the show. I like the idea that the owner got his ass kicked. I'm just really bummed out and bothered by the delivery of it and then the behavior of the owner since it. That's it. That's my struggle. But both men hitting a crossbody and down again. Aubrey checking on both of them. Adam Copeland is coping. Wait. Aubrey waving to the medical staff. Is Buddy bleeding from the mouth? Are they going to sell us on an internal injury? We're going back to picture-in-picture. The match has been interrupted by medical staff. Buddy Murphy's bleeding from the mouth. Buddy Ray Dudley. Rated R superstar for the win. The only thing that will help this show is Kenny's return. I'm a little surprised, and I will ask everybody watching right now, were you surprised that Kenny Omega didn't open the show? Because I think if I was booking the show, I would have started with Kenny and instead of Tony. Start with Kenny, Have Kenny come out and say his friend Tony Khan's been hurt. Kenny's going to get a big pop, energize the crowd right out of the gate, and then the Bucks can interrupt. Once the Bucks interrupt, then we kind of get the storyline playing out. Kenny might have been better than Tony Khan to start the show. And Tony Khan with his little headset and his laptop looking like he's playing important. It's adorable. It's like bring your kid to work day. Omega would have woken the crowd up from their comas. Yeah, I kind of think that that's where we go with this. By the way, just to get everyone back up to date, we're still in picture, but both men are up and fighting. So whatever the doctors checked on, seemingly okay, and Edge is in control. Irish whip into the corner, still in picture. Kenny's the new GM. But see, if you were going to have a GM, an authority figure, you start the show with that, in my humble opinion. There's no point Kenny coming out now or later and saying, Tony put me in charge. Well, that's great. They already did their own intro. They already did their own video package. They already booked the title match for Double or Nothing. Where were you when all this was happening if you were going to be in charge? Would you sleep in on your big GM debut? That's where I would have probably started the show with Kenny if that's the case. We need to wait to see Kenny. Fair enough, Robert. I don't know if it was a good choice. Kenny, for your thoughts? Fun fact, no pennies in Canada. Think about that, folks. For all the international fans out there, you Americans, no pennies in Canada. AWS creative team are the alien worms from Men in Black. Michael will accept that. No idea what you mean. Ken, KJ, where's your sidekick? Whose head exploded? Nick has most Wednesday nights off. Nick will be back with me tomorrow with Anthony. We are going to be doing Backlash preview, Under Siege preview. We're going to be talking about Dynamite tonight. We're going to be talking about the WWE draft as we bring back the dirt sheet debates. It's going to be a fun one. Lots of reasons for heads to explode. Lots of reasons to debate, get in that chat, and have fun with it. So Thursday, 8 p.m. tomorrow night, we will be live. And then Friday night, we got SmackDown. No Rampage, graciously. But we will have Under Siege as well. And then Saturday, of course, Saturday, Brunch with the Boys, number 9, as we bring you Backlash from France. We go live at 11:30 a.m. Saturday morning. So wake and bake, grab your snacks, grab your cereal, grab your bacon. You got to have bacon with the Bacon Club, and join us on Saturday. It's going to be a fun one. And when I tell you guys out there, we watch more live wrestling than anybody else, I'm not exaggerating. We really do. Buddy is hurt for reals. I don't know, because the match beats on, Roddy. I have no idea what that was happening. Nick is wearing Tony Khan's neck brace. Wouldn't surprise me. Tony Khan is a genius. I'm looking for like the laughing emojis or LOL or just kidding. Loonies and Toonies only. We do have Loonies and Toonies. Very true. Philip Brown. Yeah, definitely. Let's go. Welcome, Philip. This show needs Marco Stunt. Yeah, that's what every show needs. A little more Marco. Gotta have faith. If we're not buying, then Tony's a horrible salesman. Again, I think it's because it's so kind of fluffy, right? It's so light and fluffy. It doesn't feel real, which again, it is what it is, but it just seems so silly. I need vitamins to cope with AEW. Amen. Well, how do you think I get through these shows? I get it. Swerve is a babyface now, but tell the story of the Mogul Embassy leaving him or leaving them like WWE is doing with Alpha Academy. Richard, you're 100% accurate. It makes no sense that he's affiliated with a heel group. He technically has a heel manager, though he's probably the most over babyface that you have in the company. Nana should always open the show or always lead out for Swerve. He's an absolutely amazing hype man. I want more Swerve. I want Swerve to look like a superstar. And again, when he gets jumped by 3-4 people, people start asking, well, where is the Mogul Embassy? And that could be part of this story. He no longer has the backup. He's going on his own. Avalanche DDT or Impaler, if you would. Both men down. Crowd gives a tennis clap. I like it. I would have started with Omega 2. Thank you, Bendy the Gray. That's a hilarious name. But thank you for agreeing, and thank you for being here. Kenny should have opened Edge main event. I'd be okay with that. And now we're getting a random AEW chant. How does the crowd go from silent to chanting AEW like they're seeing the best thing ever? Absolutely, TLD. Senseless. 100% senseless nowadays. Especially with the dude we got in charge. Buddy is hurt for reals. I don't know. He seems okay. I think Kenny will have backups back with the belts on the line, double or nothing. Okay. We'll see. Wow. Brainbuster. 2-2-2. Instantly. Too many people do the crossface. Just saying. Number 9. I like it. Yeah, it could be. 9 sounds right, MDB. Bacon Club for life. Let's go. And if you guys missed it on Sunday, it was the first edition of the Bacon Club. We will be bringing those back probably once a month. We'll do another Bacon Club gathering where we bring all the members together and we just shoot the shit for a couple hours. Or an hour. We'll figure it out. Stop the damn match. King, he's broken in half. Oh, I love it. Right now, Edge. Oh, rolling through. Gets a 2 to get out of the crossface. And an angle slam. How often has that happened? There you go. Fluctuating. I'm going to Costco to get some bacon. You better. Let's go. Get all the bacon. Looks like Buddy is a little woozy. I'm feeling a little woozy here. Yeah. Adam Copeland looking a little woozy as well. We want TNA. Let's go. Toby is new. Tony, I'm guessing, is the new Vince. You can't clown as your leader. Seriously. Yeah, but Vince looked like a grown-ass man. He was jacked. He looked like he was running his business. No, did we ever expect him to beat up or win a match, fairly or be a badass? No, and he was jacked. Murphy, whatever, misses a stomp, eats a spear, and it's over. Adam Copeland with the win. KJ, when is the next show of TNA on YouTube? TNA is on every Thursday. I believe we will be bringing you guys a lot updates. TNA updates with Anthony. Coming soon. I get it. Swerve is a babyface now, but tell the story of the Mogul Embassy. Got that one. We need Papa Khan to shut down the Bucks. I tell you, he should be the new authority figure. Shad Khan takes over AEW. That should be the storyline. I said it last night when we were joking around with Nick of like, oh, wait. Edge just jumping on Murphy and swinging away. And the crowd kind of boos. Get him. Tony Khan needs to hire someone to do the storylines in the promotion. Yeah, Tony, I mean, again, I think everybody out there from Bischoff to Cornette to fucking everyone in between, Bully Ray, anybody and everybody that I've listened to has echoed this for months and months and months. And the further we get into this shit, the worse it's getting. And you know what? Tony Khan's put all his money in the Bucks basket. And if he thinks that's going to sell tickets, if he thinks that's going to get ratings, only time will tell. He, again, he needs help, but he would never admit to needing help. As Adam Copeland setting up a concerto, and if he gets lights out, there you go. Fucking hell. What, Tony? What the fuck? Tony Schiavone. Lights are out. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Maybe the spooky group that turns the lights out all the time are here. As Malachi just looking at... Wait. Malachi telling Edge to do it. Buddy asking for it. Lights out. What the fuck? He's not Joe Hendry. But nice try, Sam. Lights out, lights on, everybody gone. All right, so Malachi Black shows up, doesn't attack Edge, just says hit him. Buddy Matthews says, please hit me. So they're trying to turn Edge evil? Is that what I was supposed to get out of that? And the crowd's just silent. Now we get an applause. Like the crowd is in awe. Like they do not know what to do. Is this our turn? Do we make noise now? Edge's music comes back on. Prince Nana will be wearing a neck brace next week. The Neck Brace Club coming soon. Joe Hendry. Let's go. Joe jumping up all those charts. We put out a bunch of stuff for Joe. If you haven't done it yet, go check out our social media. We're trying to give Joe Hendry all the love possible. We want to see the man stay at number one. Fuck Taylor Swift. Good match. Decent match, Eric. I'm not going to say it was a bad match. Decent match, some weird spots, and a really flat ending. Again, when your live crowd is just sitting in awe, like just, whew, what do we do? None of this feels important. Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. The Jackass Brothers at the beginning really gave me anxiety attack. Fucking hell. I could see why. Different reason for me altogether. Compelling. Okay. When do you think you do a stream on a Thursday? Damien, we will be here on Thursday for the Dirt Sheet debate. We will talk all the wrestling. We'll be into it tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Be there. Thank you. I'm happy Buddy gets time to shine in the matches, but it leads to nothing as he never gets solo wins. You're not wrong. I would love to see more from Malachi Black. I'd love to see more for Buddy Murphy, Buddy Matthews, Buddy Murphy, all the same. But I really would. I think there's a whole lot of talent there. Murphy could be having bangers with people. If you were booking him instead of some of the other talent you had, you could get really solid matches. And again, if you are going to be the company that doesn't really dig into storylines except ones that Tony's in, then you have the option of going the other way. So I just start watching, and the Edge and Buddy is Swerve in the main event or in the main angle. Swerve was the second, didn't open the show tonight. The Bucks did. Swerve was the first thing on the show, cut a promo, and got beat up by Christian Cage, who is now going to take on Swerve at Double or Nothing in an obvious win for Swerve. Buddy needs mommy. Let's go. The Patty LaBelle lock. How about Dom Mysterio and Liv Morgan coming out of the same dressing room on Raw? So maybe that's the solution here. Dom joins Liv, and then Buddy shows up and joins Rhea. Maybe. AEW is the home of the mark. Like I said, there's some die-hard skid marks that don't want to hear any of this. But, I mean, so far, interesting start to this show. We're rolling along. I got some questions, but at the end of the day, I mean, not a horrible start. Hey there, we are coming back out of commercial, by the way. How you're feeling, how your Leafs doing? I don't know why that was so hard to read, Mega. Welcome back, by the way. How your Leafs doing? Not bad. They're still alive. Which, if you're breathing, you got a chance. If they're doing better than Winnipeg, they're doing better than the Islanders. They're hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Tomorrow is a really tough one. We're one of the few teams in the world that suck at home. They suck at home. But here comes Joe. What's the Bacon Club? Bacon Club is the members only stream we do for the members of the channel. So if you become a member, you can join us for the Bacon Club. And yeah, it's good times. We just open forum Q&A. We're going to have some theme stuff. So, we're going to do some trivia and some games sometimes. We're just going to mix it up and have fun. But it's a members only stream we do once a month, or will be doing once a month. I don't get the next match. So up next, Joe is going to take on... Why? Isaiah Cassidy is going to wrestle Samoa Joe? All right, folks, I'll get your predictions. And why is it Samoa Joe? 1, 2, 3, kid. Good to see Edge joining House of Black. They're at least teasing it. I don't think ultimately he's going to stand on his morals and say, no way. At this point, I would prefer Chaka Khan. Well played, Lady V. Word. I think everyone's kind of a heel, if anybody's asking that question. Bacon Bits. I'll show you Bacon Bits. Pause. Good match, but long match. It was a decent match. I don't mind it. Decent ending. Edge looked good. Edge gets the win as the champion. I'm okay with it. Buddy taking the loss on the way to Malachi. I'm okay with it. The aftermath, a little bit confusing, and you see it. Like, if Edge decides to use the chair, then he's letting the evil in. I feel like we've gone this road before. It's all right. I got Samoa Joe versus Isaiah Cassidy. I thought Bacon Bits was real bacon. To find out, it never was. The good ones, the good bits, or you get the real bacon. This match was a little long, especially since against Buddy, who never gets dubs. As right now, Isaiah Cassidy dancing with Joe's towel on, and Joe's about to whoop some ass. I'm listening to you guys with headphones on while I'm at work. Brahma, I love hearing that, guys. Don't forget, we also are on Spotify, or you can listen to the replays here on YouTube after the fact. But if we can help you get through your work day, if we can get you through any day, if we can get you through the night, it's what we love to do, and we appreciate that. I hope work is going well, sir, and thank you for listening in. On this day, I was boring. As Joe popping shots, getting Joe chants every time he does it. Why does people think that was a good match? Boring. I said, like, listen, you can ask other people. All I can tell you is what I thought. I felt like it was a decent match, a little bit slow. The crowd was a little bit quiet. Oh, Joe goes for a tope. Isaiah slides in, and Joe gets the crowd louder than anybody has to this point, including Swerve. Seriously, a spear from 2 steps away for the win. But it was enough. The spear and the pin were secondary to the chair moment. So take that for what it's worth. Isaiah up and over, and Joe gives him the old walk off. How do you do? Ole! One of my favorite spots in wrestling. Joe for the win. Eat him, Joe. Couldn't make it as a wise man. Oh, fuck. I started reading that normal, then realized what it was. Yeah, this is how they remind us. What's going on, Jordan? How you doing? How you doing? Matt's Tuba U's in the house. I honestly feel that AEW are heading for a ratings bump based on people wanting to see how bad they are these days. Too bad Swerve's title run should be number one priority, not TK Perry and the Cucks. Yeah, I mean, if there was ever a time to see some type of uptick, but again, every week, the numbers were down last week. I know Meltzer was out there with his AEW flag and his fucking, no, just wait. I get it. It went live on the West Coast early. Boo fucking who. But it's still, I mean, when you were talking about being the demo god, and when you guys were talking about competing and winning the Wednesday night war, nah, what are you doing now? This match should be 2 minutes. That was about 6. As Joe hits a muscle buster, and Joe still might be one of the best, the most over guys in this entire goddamn company. Wrestling for Life gets me through AEW for sure. Love it. I told you, folks, the wrestling might suck. We never do. We never do, folks. We'll keep you entertained. And we're definitely better than listening to Excalibur. That's a fact. That's Joe with the win. That was such an odd match. With the roster AEW has, that's why they need help with the creative side of things, because they need to do a better job creating better matchups for matches. Tony, you're not wrong at all, man. I mean, here's the thing, and we've heard MJF say it, we've heard Tony say it, we've heard Jericho say it, Swerve has said it. They keep bragging, we have the best roster. We have the best roster in the league. Have you guys ever seen that sports team that just, oh, we got the best team in the league? Yeah, but you're not winning. What happened? Oh, we got the best. We're the best. We're the best. Then be the best. Show up and show out. Put these superstars, put this best roster you got to use. Write them compelling shit that we all care about. Then let's talk. Let's start hitting 1 million every Wednesday. Let's appeal to more than just your neckbeard fan base. Let's expand our horizons. Let's bring in somebody that can make Ospreay look amazing. Let's bring in somebody that can give Swerve an interesting storyline as champion. Let's find somebody that can turn Sasha Banks into a better promo. Fucking help me. But we are in commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. I will say that. Isaiah Cassidy for the win. Shut up. This match should be 2 minutes. It might have been 1-0, 2-0, 2-0. Maybe Isaiah really hurt his back. Maybe. Doesn't look like a fun bump to take. Chastity, I hope you are doing good. Good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. Always doing good here on a Wednesday night, folks. And I will remind everybody, back tomorrow, back Friday, back Saturday. We are the channel that just does not stop. We are here constantly. We don't find excuses not to go live. We treat this like our lives, and we really do. We show up every fucking night we possibly can, and we are here constantly, folks. Tomorrow's going to be a fun one. Anthony and Nick will be here for the Dirt Sheet debate. Friday, we got SmackDown, the Go Home Show for Backlash. Saturday morning, we're here for Backlash. And then we're leading all the way to Double or Nothing, to the show, a King and Queen of the Ring. We got so much coming your way. We got interviews lining up. We got original content lining up. Anthony's going to start doing some TNA reviews as well. We got lots coming your way. So strap in, strap on, be a friend, tell a friend. Make sure you hit that button. Make sure you hit that little thumbs up. Give this channel some love. As I see 175 people hanging out with us, but only 121 likes. So if you could give us a little love, it doesn't cost you anything. It means the world to us. Plus, we have all those little reaction buttons that give them the algorithm all types of feels. So if you can get in there and hit that for us, that would be greatly appreciated. We are on a commercial break. I will remind you, we are in the middle of AEW Dynamite, and following Dynamite tonight, there is a rampage. We're not going anywhere. Will AEW gone on and fold? Craig, I really hope not. And again, we talk about this all the time. People who just tune into this channel might get us wrong at times. And yeah, you tune in on a Wednesday, I'm struggling to find good things to say, like Dave. There you go. Oh my God, right? But it's just literally little things that would make the show so much better, would make things make so much sense. And Tony just doesn't get it, and it's frustrating. As a fan of AEW, I want this show to do better. I want to tell people, holy shit, AEW Dynamite did 1.5 last night. They're killing it. Did you see fucking Swerve? Did you see Ospreay? Did you see these angles? That's what I want to be here talking about. But in the opposite side of things, here comes Jane. Orange Cassidy in the house. For some reason, we were zoomed in on a couple. How come 4 matches this Saturday? I'm wondering if we're going to get a couple more. 4 seems low. Oh my God! How can Samoa Joe be booked better in TNA? KJ, he been in every storyline. Oh my God! How can Samoa Joe be booked better in TNA? KJ, he been every storyline. Not fully understanding everything, but I will say this: Joe should not be fighting Isaiah Cassidy. Stylistically, it doesn't make sense. Joe gets a dominant win. I don't know what that does for Isaiah or your tag team division. I don't know what it did for Joe, other than giving the people of in Winnipeg a chance to see Joe. I have no idea what that was. Willow versus Sky Blue on Rampage. Interesting. Interesting. I personally would put, if you were having a match with a woman who's your TBS champion, I get it, but it's not there tonight, so I don't want to hear it. I might move that into Dynamite. Orange Cassidy has a microphone. This should be riveting. Almost gone, Craig. My best friends got in the parking lot and beat each other up. I've said that before, I think. I've said that before. My MJF. I'm surprised that they don't squash match, except Joe doesn't need it. It was pretty much a squash, though. Sky Blue isn't good enough to be getting this much screen time over others. She's got potential. She's okay. There are better. 2-0. His best friend, Chuck Taylor, will never wrestle again. Holy shit. Chuck E.T. has been retired by Trent Beretta. And the crowd whispers. I like your channel. Tommy, I appreciate it. I like your liking. So thank you for being a part of it. And here's Trent Beretta. Kenny Omega has not arrived to the arena as of yet. Backstage is very nervous. His flight was delayed. That is interesting. That is interesting, Ricky. If you're telling me the truth, if you ain't fucking with me, sir, that is very fucking interesting. As Orange Cassidy trying to get to Trent, Statlander and security stopping him. Edge joining Judgment Day. I mean, House of Black. House of Purple, remember? The Judgment Day used to be House of Purple. Now it's the other way around. What the fuck happened? Don Callis? What the fuck? My God, he looks like a penis. Don Callis is talking to Orange Cassidy. Freeze a friend, slap a friend, be a member, tell a member. Don Callis and Orange Cassidy leave together, and Beretta is just left on the stage by himself. Gives a thumbs up. AEW gone, and no, got that one. Wrestling for Life means you better bring a lunch pail because it's time to go to work. Money, I love it. I love it. Wrestling for Life means for fucking life. We don't stop. Suave all day. AEW is ass. I don't know how people like this company. We're back to Nick and Maddie. Holy fuck. Oh, they're cutting off Renee, who looks phenomenal. We've had too much time on TV tonight. Here's our friend, the scapegoat, Jack Perry. This show's killing me. OC turning heel. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Freshly squeezed. Damn, Statlander was looking good in those pants. Down, boy. Down, boy. KG, do you remember when OC cut the promo on Moxley and earned my respect? Where the hell is that OC? That's the thing about OC, man. I know there's a good wrestler in there. I know there's a guy that can get fired up. And if he needs more of that, you need some inflection. You need some moments to get pissed. I know you're the cool hip guy, but you got to have something that, fucking gets your, grinds your gears, get your fucking motor going. Jack Perry just said a bunch of stuff I didn't really listen to. I'm not going to lie. And here, just when you thought things couldn't get worse, here comes the learning tree. The only tree that needs a blue pill to stand upright. All you need is one guy to hold Orange Cassidy, pretty much, right? Get well soon, Powerhouse Hobbs. Yeah, apparently Powerhouse Hobbs was legitimately injured. Will be out for some time. It'll be very interesting. We'll see. But here comes Dickhead Jericho. Lee Major. The company is ran by a fool. Simple and plain. Oh, his dad's in the house. Ted Irvin, former New York Ranger, also known as Jericho's daddy, in the house. And Jericho doing the fake wave, doing the fucking Macy's Day bullshit. It's just fucking bad. Let's hit a Canadian Destroyer on that like button. Let's go. 170. I want to see 200. We got to have some friends out there. Let's go. Come on. I know there's like 20 people watching certain streams. Go scoop them up and bring them over here. They'll have more fun. And here comes the wrestler, Shibata. The wrestler. Oh, that's awesome. Didn't Jericho already have issues with the wrestler? I mean, Shibata doesn't look like Mickey Rourke. And now we're getting an FTW graphic. Is that weird, being that AEW doesn't acknowledge the FTW belt, but we're getting an FTW graphic? And Jericho all smiles. Jericho back into trunks. Slightly off-putting. I'm done with AEW. Fuck this. Something was posted on X and then deleted quickly. Listen, if Kenny is not on this show and then they tell us next week or they tell us at Collision that his travel got fucked up, that is a bad move by Tony. There's one thing you can't fuck with is your fan base in that way. You can't imply something's going to be there and then, it didn't work. I still think the show should have opened with Kenny. Freshly squeezed. Got that one. So now we got Jericho Shibata going one-on-one. And why is Jericho winning this match? Shibata for the win by DQ, Big Bill interfere. Jericho for the win because of Big Bill. That's what I'm going to say, Ken. I think I said it last week, but this is a fever dream. Whose fucking fever dream? What drugs do you have to do? What combination of drugs do you have to do to format the show like this? Nobody is. Jericho botches the lion salt. AI wrestler versus Jericho. We all need to learn from the old tree beard. The fucking trees in Lord of the Rings are more exciting than this motherfucker. Let's be real. Come on now. Ted Jericho. Yay, Jericho. True story. Wendy Chu was a wrestler, and then she met Chris Jericho, and she's been asleep ever since. I know someone's going to point out that she came back at Level Up, but that's still funny. I don't care. Jericho is boring, and you'll always be boring. He gets a garbage can. Crowd lukewarm cheers. Remember, Jericho is in his hometown. He was at the Winnipeg Jets game last night. He fucked up the Winnipeg Jets. I'm convinced he jinxed them because he's a giant fucking douche troll. But even this crowd doesn't give a fuck about Jericho. The crowd doesn't care for the jerk is here. There are rumors of a return at Backlash, 100%. A lot of talk, again, the new clues from Uncle Howdy, whoever that may be. One thing I did find interesting about last night's clues, a lot of references to we got hockey pucks. Has anybody taken a bump on a hockey puck? It's not that bad. Be all right. You're going to shoot the pucks at him, it would be worse. And Shibata with the lock here in Augie. Onto the pucks. What the puck? Jericho not wrestling in pants? No, Jericho has opted for trunks. And I think it's because he thinks it's going to help get this gimmick over. Shibata. Yeah, somebody said about a DQ. You cannot get a DQ in an FTW match. Well, Tony got his money and less work. I'm not interested. Jericho in trunks is making my stomach hurt. I had a really nice dinner. Last thing I want to do is fucking upchuck it while I'm live. John Shibata for the win. I think I said this last week. Got that one. Jericho for the win. Taz is on fire. I love fucking Taz. I wish Taz was sitting next to me and not Excalibur. It'd be fucking hilarious. As Jericho just letting Shibata chop him. Crowd's quiet. People in the crowd are what's ruining this company, cheering for people like Jericho. No, I think yes, but they're not really anymore. I think the issue for me is the people in the crowd that will have a fucking horribly. I know what I said, Boston. I know what I said, MDB, and I didn't mean it like that. I know what I said though, so I will take the pause. But Shibata and Jericho exchanging chops in a very boring fashion. Yes, more Jericho. I wish Taz did MMA commentary. Interesting. Shibata getting a pretty big pop here, though. I think the problem, going back to the original comment, guys, is that you'll have a completely shit match, and then there will be like a fucking tope or a fucking flip from the top or a table spot. And the fans start chanting like, this is awesome, or fucking, AEW. Again, I think you have to broaden your horizons. Maybe I'm just not that simple of a human being, but yeah, they cheer the wrong shit. Oh, did you see that match? They chopped each other like 80 times. So fucking what? Classic. A Meltzer 5 stars on the way. Jericho is the worst part of AEW every single week. Damien, it's funny because I legitimately have developed like my weekly Jericho rant. Like I have cut more promos on Chris Jericho than anybody in wrestling. And then part of me pains me. I mean, he was a good old Canadian kid, did well, one of my faves, has some amazing moments in his wrestling career. Shit, there's sports radio here that you just made the list. And then he just went through midlife crisis on public TV and basically letting everybody know that they're idiots if they don't get his genius. Like, it's the most fucked thing ever. Fans don't care about Jericho. It's a shame. I love Jericho in WWE. Bendy, I'm with you. I wish Taz. I got that one. Pause. Ayo. I heard it. Yes, more Jericho. No. Pause. Yeah, shit happened. This is a great match. Got that one. We are in picture, by the way. Jericho taking on Shibata. Guinevere Watson, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, it's getting difficult to watch. I want to love the show. I want to sit here and laugh and joke around and talk about all the fun and all the good stuff. And did you see this match? Can you believe they set this up? This is painful. Shibata and Jericho, I don't know if they've even completed a move while we were being. I think it's just still chops. Like they are chopping all the way through the commercial break. That's, again, for people who are telling me that AEW is the home of the real wrestling. Come on. I'd take fucking Maxine Dupree against fucking, who do we get on Monday? Maxine versus, I don't care. Let her fight Ivy over what I'm getting right now. I know a bit of an exaggeration, but not the point. Chop after chop after chop after chop after chop. How much chop would a Jericho chop if Jericho could chop a chop? I don't even know what that means. I agree with you. I wish Taz would choke Jericho out. Oh, what do you mean? The guy who just got pushed over like Mr. Potato Head and rolled to the fucking ropes? I love that. That's awesome. I see your comment, Boston. I'm not going to click on it just because. Let Gunther give them chops. Yeah, you guys think you can chop? And then Jericho, we come on a break, flips into a walls. Well, a Boston Crab because he can't do the walls anymore. The absolute worst part of AEW is the people that are the closest to Tony Khan and Tony Khan himself. That's the saddest part of this. If you took Jericho, the Bucks, Tony out of the equation, move them over, right? You guys aren't here anymore. We're not dealing with you guys. And built the show around Swerve, Ospreay, you know, the Wardlows of the company, MJF. You had all these talent that weren't sharing screen time with the losers. It'd be a lot better of a show. That's it. Tony has misguided loyalty. Tony thinks that these people are his friends. And one day he will realize that if he didn't have a fucking wallet the size of a fucking house, none of these people would ever talk to him. None of these people would ever shake his hand. None of these people would be smiling at him. He is a money mark. He's being taken advantage of. And these people are playing him perfectly. And good on them. They're getting their money. I can't bitch because I ain't getting it. Candice LeRae. Thank you, MDB. That's how faceless she's become. Now we get a garbage can. This is the match that never ends. They've just been chopping for 4 minutes, at least. Vince McMahon is like a hero compared to Noseman. Noseman has serious accusations against him. Vince has serious accusations against him, so I won't go too far into that, King. But they both have skeletons in their closet. That's what surprises me about Tony Khan, because we know Tony Khan has skeletons in the closet. We know he does. But he continues to throw stones, and it's going to cost him. It cost Jericho recently for a moment. Bret Hart hates those chops. He's right. They fucking suck. Now, Jericho is just beating a garbage can with a kendo stick. Shibata's no-selling it. This is fucking awful. Thank you. Thank you. Fuck. Shibata is just following the sound. Was he fucking Batman? He's got sonar? The fuck are we talking about? Now Jericho's backed up in the corner, fearful. Push him! Push him over! He's wearing a lid! I mean, he's wearing a can. And now we're getting horrible fucking headbutts. Crowd is into it. That's an exaggeration, Robert. That is a fucking exaggeration, Robert. I got nothing but love for you, Robert. The crowd's not that into it. They have moments. Big drop kick into the garbage can. This match will not end. He got pucked. He got pucked hard. Tony always needs friends. I don't know. Tony Khan never had Fuentes to go to the Royal Rumble. Goldberg has come around. He'll be all elite. He'll learn. Yeah, good luck with that. If CM Punk made Tony Khan fear for his life, you cannot have Goldberg walking around the backstage. He'd fuck everybody up. This is fucking painful, guys. Shibata picks up a piece of kendo stick, throws it over to Jericho. Now they're circling each other like it's kill fucking Bill, which at this point, it you know, could you kill fucking me? I can't take any more of this. Somebody make it stop. Right in the ear, though. That was hilarious. I'm okay with that. Now they're just caning each other. Like, can you guys have your kinks off fucking camera? I tuned in for a wrestling show. Shibata, uses the kendo stick to lock in a suplex. Jericho may have landed on a puck or two. Yeah, what the puck? Shibata gets a table. Does anybody know what time this match started at? Does anybody have a ballpark of how long this has been going on? I know we've gone through at least one break. Tony Khan is acting like the NFL owner. Dad is free from scandal. If people brought that up, he would be screwed. Again, say less, Tony Khan. I assume if you have a certain level of money in the bank, you're instantly shady and you've done some shit to get there. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's nice millionaires out there, but I just assume that money corrupts. And at the end of the day, if you have that much money, you've done some shady shit. You've bought some shit on the down low. You've done some shit for people that you probably shouldn't have. That's where, Tony, just shut your fucking mouth. If you're going to drop names like Harvey Weinstein, it's not a good move because, again, we saw what happened with Jericho where people started running their mouth and then people went, whoa, 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 Jericho. There's an NDA with your name on it. Woo. Say less. 2. We got a 2. This match will not fucking end. What are we watching? Ringside or Anthony? Help me. Oh, man. This has been the slowest, most drawn out, boring fucking match I've seen in fucking months. Actually, the last match I saw that was this bad, and it wasn't this bad, was Jericho Hook. Go figure. But Tony giving Jericho this much time on TV. We haven't seen talented people in fucking weeks. And there's Big Bill, as expected. Why didn't he do that 20 minutes ago? Fuck's sake, Bill. Echolocation, right? This is what I was talking about. The fans cheer for this, and it makes you feel like they're like a star. Yeah, but they cheer for stupid, like they just went through a table. The crowd loses their mind. I've seen a table spot before. But Big Bill could have done this 18 fucking minutes ago. And here comes the win for Jericho. Poor Shibata loses to fucking everybody. This match has been weird. Weird's a nice way to put it other than fucking garbage. Listen to the crowd. The crowd is murmuring. I don't know what the fuck they were chanting. Take this match off. The best part of that match was Aubrey. I gave you a like for no pennies. Korab. Thank you. I'll take a like for your thoughts. The kendo stick, kennel is more over than this match. Yeah, the fans just get like simplistically excited about like, oh, they used a weapon. So what? They've been standing around playing with each other's pudding for 25 minutes. And Jericho nods at Bill, and we instantly jump into a replay from last week when Sasha slapped the taste out of Willow's mouth. Yeah, I don't know. Crowd is asleep. This match is worse than a Rousey, a Ronda Rousey promo. That match was about as bad as it could get. It was like taking horrible backyard wrestling and putting it on national TV. And we are in the back with Willow, Statlander, and an angry-looking Bibbins. Bibbins looks like he smells a fart. Am I the only one? Or he's holding a fart? One of the two. The fuck is happening here? I knew this show was going to be awful. Man, listen, I know I got about 170 people hanging around with me right now. I still stand by this. There has been 2 really good Dynamites in 2024. 2. We just hit May, and there's only been 2 really good Dynamites in 2024. The last 3 have been 3 of the worst episodes of wrestling I've seen in years. Not looking at TV now. Don't worry about it, Larry. I'll keep you informed on all the bullshit that's giving me a migraine. Is it over? It's finally, graciously. Oh, wait, Renee's getting a phone call. Matt and Nick. Okay, so Nick and Matt sent a text to Renee. Bibbins and Stat are banned from ringside. Willow will lose the belt if they get involved. Let's keep going, folks. That match gave me diabetes. Oh yeah, that's up next. Brian Cage versus Claudio Castagnoli in a why the fuck is this night happening? Wait till the end. Then AEW is in Canada now, the worst place. BPE, we're gonna have some fighting words here, sir. Please turn Mercedes heel already. She is a heel. You don't have to turn her. She's an asshole. It's natural. She's biologically an asshole. You can tell. And trying to make her a baby face when she's dealing with Willow makes no fucking sense. None. Zero. Zilch. Zip. None. What the fuck? Didn't he look like the whole time? He was just like, you good? You good, bro? Need an Imodium? Like, what is going on? What station is NWA on? Fucked if I know. This match sucks. Like sucking on suckwood. That was all kinds of bad. Now, again, if you're an employer, if you're in gorilla position, if you're a producer, writer, is nobody brave enough in the fucking company to look at Jericho and say, listen, man, I know you're trying to do something. That match was not good. Like, there has to be checks and balances. Everybody listening to me right now that's ever had a fucking job has had people that correct them. You're not doing that right. You need to do that faster. Show up on time. Stop being drunk. No, I'm just kidding about the last one. Maybe. But yeah, everybody has a boss and has managers to keep the business running efficiently. However, this company, you do whatever the fuck you want. Show up late. Don't show up at all. Beat up the boss. Put on horrible fucking matches. And at the end of the day, fuck it. Like, how does nobody look at Jericho and say, Jericho, we need to do something different? I.e., go the fuck away. Whew. All right, folks, we are in a commercial break. Trying to catch my breath. I've been talking for an hour and 40 minutes straight now. I will remind everybody out there, we are sticking around for Rampage tonight. Lord help me. This is not going to get better, is it? But we will be here for Rampage. We're back tomorrow for the Dirt Sheet debate, and we'll be running through all that. It will be a whole lot of fun. We'll talk about Dynamite tonight. We'll get Nick and Anthony's take on what's going on with Dynamite. Plus, we're going to give you your Backlash predictions. I hope there's more than 4 matches. I thought there was going to be more. Backlash predictions, Under Siege predictions, and dive into a whole bunch of stuff and talk it over. So be there for that. Friday, we got SmackDown. Saturday, we got Backlash live. 11:30 a.m. on Saturday morning. We will be live. Wake and bake, grab your cereal, do what you need to do, but get here live. It's going to be a fun one, folks. 20-minute garbage match. Here comes Cesaro. Can anyone see Tony Khan approaching a normal woman? Desmond? No. I can't see him approaching another human being properly. We see the hugs. We see the awkwardness. He seems like he's fucking touched. Like, I don't know. What the fuck is his, like, I have no idea. It would be 250 stars if it was in, yeah, no shit. I want to see what Dave Meltzer has to say about that Jericho Diddy, because he knows he's terrified of Jericho. And now we're getting a picture-in-picture. Cesaro cutting a promo. May the force be with you. We will be here on that particular day. We will be here May 4th. So jump in, be a part of it. Tony gives me Woody Allen vibes. Yeah, at least Woody Allen had enough fucking intelligence to figure his life out at some point. May the 4th be with you. Craig is W. Byron, good to see ya. Anybody I haven't said hello to yet, don't forget we got the super chats and super stickers. If you want to make sure I read your comment, we try and click on 100% of the comment. We try and click on 100% of the comments here, and sometimes we miss them. So if you want to be seen, you want to stand out, click the super chat. Why the fuck does Brian Cage have a cape? When did he become almost a Brian Cage? What the fuck is this? Backlash Peacock, 12 p.m. We will be live, Sheena, at 11:30. We are the pre-show. Claudio for the win. Tony Khan wouldn't approach an abnormal woman. Again, I don't. Yeah, I just don't see it. Even with the magnitude of his wealth, I still think he would struggle. I mean, there are people out there that would pretty much do anything, but I'm worried about him more than her. If there were no lunatics, there would be no need for asylums. Facts. That was horrible. Khan has cooties. Backlash Peacock got that one. Take an axe to the learning tree. The learning tree is an absolute and utter bullshit waste of time. But ladies and gentlemen, pardon me, I got Brian Cage. I got Claudio Castagnoli. Who you taking? Who you taking? Who you taking? What's up, Daniel? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome on back. Good to see you. Good to see you. Brian Cage going to disappear again. I don't even know why he's here now. I'm done. They gave him a cape, though. Does that mean anything? Brian Cage is missing a leopard mask, and I'll call him the king. I hope this match don't suck. What are the odds that it won't? Claudio for the win. Claudio for the win. KJ, can you say words? I swear. Can you say words, guys? I swear. KJ, can you words, guys? I swear. See, I make fun of it all together. Yeah, clearly a little tongue-tied at moments for sure. WWE releasing people and AEW don't want to do. Also, Jade is better as a heel. Jade will eventually be a heel. I think they're going to set her up as a tag team, and then eventually the turn will come. I have no problem with her breaking her in the way they are. I think it's working. I think she looks like a star. I think she looks like $1 million. People go crazy when she shows up, and eventually she will be a heel. Why are we getting the same wrestlers on Dynamite every week? Change up the matches and the wrestlers. Fact. One of the big criticisms of WWE was exactly that: rinse and repeat. Vince always using the same people. Vince fucking shit up. And now I told you, with every passing week, Tony Khan becomes more and more Vincent Kennedy McMahon, right up into the neck brace. I'm waiting for a lawsuit about steroids to break out with Tony walking around with that neck brace on. Can we stop with the cape? Yeah, I don't get the cape. Anybody know what the cape? Why he started wearing a cape? He started putting face paint on. I guess he did that for a while. It didn't work, so now he's wearing a cape. If that doesn't work, what's next? I have no idea, guys. It's just this nonsense. The Bucks had travel book Omega on the wrong flight. Ken, I have a really strong feeling that that's what this is going to be. If Kenny shows up late, fine. I'll take it. I don't love it, but I'll accept it. If Kenny Omega does not make it to this show tonight, that is poor form by the boss and everyone else involved. That is my opinion. Brian Cage is doing Tekken cosplay. Great. Fuck it. He's Tony Khan, not McLovin. But see, you found a way to make Lovin. You know, McLovin actually seemed like a badass, right? At one point, you can never see Tony being a badass. As of now, there are 5 matches for Backlash. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why Cage have on a damn cape? We don't know. KJ, have you ever heard of Herb Abram? Me and my tongue need to have a conversation at the moment. Herb Abrams. Yes, I obviously have, Steve. Yes. Well, I'm not sure where you're going with that. Are you comparing Tony to Herb? Because that's kind of funny. I would like to see B Cage versus Lashley. Bendy, I think that sounds all right, except I just feel like it's going to be a big, slow, clunky, meaty match, but not a good, meaty match. Claudio for the win. Brian Cage is a skateboarder. That is amazing. Brian Cage is a skateboarder. John, is there any truth to that? Is there a skateboard strong enough to hold Brian Cage? Does he ollie and it just fucking snaps? Edge versus King next week. So, yeah, he's running the gambit. Right? He beats Murphy, then he beats King. Then maybe he'll get Malachi. I don't fucking know. Why even put these two for a match? Shake my head. We just had Joe and Dante Martin. So, I mean, Cage and Cesaro. Again, I refer to this as Yahtzee booking. He takes all the fucking names, puts it in a jar, shakes it up, rolls them out on the table. What do we get? What combos do we get? That's all this is. It's fucking bullshit. Booker of the year. The fact that he ever got that award is disgusting. Brian Cage is a large Darby Allin. I don't get it. Don't see the comparable. No, Brian Cage doesn't do it for me. Woo-saw. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. Whew. Gotta remember, folks. Just fucking spit and fire for 2 hours. What's up? Roll me one Kenobi. Nice. What's up? How you doing? Daniel, good to see ya. Steve G, by the way, welcome back. Bingo, yes, gotcha. Like it. Dave, good to see you, by the way. JV, as always. Brian Cage is a wizard. Go ahead. Jericho donating his old gimmicks to other people. Deeb versus Gray, sign it. Yeah, we're still waiting on a Deeb match tonight. His character should be a fireman. Maybe, right? Look, he's a crime fighter. I don't get it. I'm only here for Kenny Omega. Ken, I'm with you, buddy. I thought Kenny was going to open this show. I really did. They're clowning Cage, burying him. I don't see the purpose. And again, the crowd is quiet. You said steroids while Brian Cage was in the ring. Oopsie. If Kenny Omega doesn't show up, AEW is hurting their credibility in a bad way. Yeah, there's no good, like, even if you come out and say, oh, the Young Bucks fucked Kenny over, it's not a good look. No. He can show up late because of the Bucks. He can't miss because of the Bucks. Maybe Cage lost to Dare. This match is boring. Darby Allin's skateboard is larger than Darby. Oh, by the way, Brian Cage gets knocked down, hanging over the second rope. And we get a 619. I don't know what the area code in Switzerland is, so if anybody wants to help me with that, but we get a 619. Kenny said on Twitch he's not ready. Interesting. Kenny flew over the cuckoo's nest. He flew into Titan Tower. That's almost bad. Wardlow versus Dijak. Listen, Wardlow's going to be a phenomenal NXT superstar that eventually transitions to the main roster. Sit down, Alabama Slam. Tonight, still to come, Takeshita versus London Lightning? What the fuck? Watching 2016 Extreme Rules, probably a better choice than what I'm doing. Brian Cage looks like WCW Power Plant graduate, 100% Jay West. Big, bulky guy, can't quite wrestle. Big European. Omega is not going to show. That's a bad move. In a company that has been nothing but bad moves lately, that would be an additional bad fucking move, Ricky. Cage has never been anything without Melissa Santos. KJ, it's Go Fish version of booking. Do you have a Claudio? Go Fish. Shit. Brian Cage is awful. Yeah, you know what? Brian Cage has a lot of talent, a lot of skill. He's a big, beefy dude, but I've seen his shit. I've seen it all. He does the same shit every match. Got to get his shit in. And again, he's not a great promo. He needs a heater. And he just gets tapped out. Hobbs gets choked out. Cage gets tapped out. There's no shame in that, says Taz. Yes, Julia's back on the shelf from all reports I've read. Did Bucks fire Kenny? From the Elite, but not from the company. I don't think they have well, maybe they can do. But up next, Mariah May, Serena Deeb. Jesus Christ. This is painful. All right, we only got a little bit left of Dynamite tonight, folks. Ooh, Claudio never really hits him. I hate the move, the uppercut. I don't mind the European uppercut when it's done right. Kenny will show up on Rampage tonight. That'd be fucking dumb. I think it's going to run over because they have the third hour. That would be the smartest thing they could do. Try and inflate Rampage's numbers so Meltzer can brag. Look how good Rampage did this week. Fucking idiot. London Lightning. Lundy had a great match with Roderick Strong a few weeks ago for his open challenge, but Roddy can make a broomstick look like a main eventer. Yeah, I don't even know where to go with that. If I was Kenny Omega, I would resign and go to WWE. I truly think that Kenny might be the next one to drop. Out of everybody involved, Kenny seems like the most level-headed. And even the clips we've seen going around lately of him trying to almost separate himself from everybody else. Oh, I can't, I don't always agree with how things are done. I don't have any power. Like, he literally just kind of like, that's on them. That's on them. That's not me. That's on them. And that seems like his approach as of late. I think he could do good things in WWE. I think they'd make him a star. He wouldn't have to fucking blow his, his back out, his knees out. He doesn't have to go ham every time we see him. They treat Kenny Omega like they would AJ Styles when he first got there. Woo. Cage chops the same. Got that one. So far, AEW has put wrestlers on tonight that have no story or purpose, which then makes no viewership. With the roster they should have incredible shows every week. Tony, you are not wrong. And some of the tribalists out there who legitimately watch these shows and they'll watch a clip of WWE product and go, oh, I can't believe they did that. But then they'd watch that match just that we got now and say how amazing it is. Like the bias blows my mind. When people go on the post Dynamite show tonight, when they jump on YouTube tonight and start critiquing how tonight's show went, watch the people that struggle to find bad things to say. Watch the people, oh, it was okay. Oh, I can see what they're trying to do. Oh, it was a great match. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. This is not good. If it was good, I would tell you. Now we got Rocky. This show is fucked. Is this like the home of did none of the stars come to Canada? What happened? Kenny flew into Titan, got that one. Kenny said on Twitch he's not ready. What's up, Hagen? How you doing? 619. Cage, Bill, Hobbs, Wardlow, Lee, Miro, etc. cannot be booked correctly in AEW. They could be. They haven't been. And I don't get why. But at the end of the day, again, the big men are just there to make the little guys look tough. That's about it, James. Good to see you, by the way. Is Wardlow leaving AEW? I would be. I don't know. I'm not sure when his contract's up, but I would be fucking running for the door. And I can't imagine WWE wouldn't give that man a little bit of change to try and hone his craft. Wardlow Obafemi? Whoo! Who's he challenging? Who are you challenging? Rocky Romero against Kyle O'Reilly for Rampage. Why is he challenging Kyle O'Reilly? What the fuck? Cena buried Cesaro, and he's been dead ever since. I don't know about that, Roddy. Yes, and Cena had his moment, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, Cesaro went on to other things. I mean, the bar was fun. I mean, he had a chance at Roman. I think Cesaro's a solid upper middle talent that can really get guys over. That's it. And here's Mariah May with Tony Storm. London Lightning. Who in the X-Men hell is that? I have no idea, but they're going to make me watch them. If I was Kenny Omega, I would resign. Got that one. They have 2 matches left and only 24 minutes. Yeah, I was looking at the clock, but so yeah, they're definitely going to bleed this one out. As the Professor, Serena Deeb. I'd much rather have the Professor than the fucking learning tree. London Lightning got that one. Did Bucks got that one. All types of confusing. Claudio never really hits him. Got that one. Where are we at with this? Hobbs felt death too. Yeah. So much so that he's on the shelf. All the big swole dudes always get beat in AEW. Makes me want to get swole. It's true, though. They cannot book all the big guys, including Gates of Agony and Brian Cage and Lance Archer, and they're all just fucking there to make the little guys look tough. Who's next, Hannibal? Stop that. That's not even funny. Julia Gulia. AEW don't like big guys. Send them to WWE. They'll get there eventually. Tony Storm in her PJs. I'm not really complaining, but she's in her PJs. Brian Cage is Robbie Williams on steroids. With no sense of humor, though. Brian Cage and Hobbs for maximum male models. Fair enough. The big spin on a big man. Listen, nobody's denying Cesaro's strong as shit, man. And he does some crazy, there's crazy feats of strength when you get Cesaro around. He's given a lot of people the swing. But again, seen it. You can legitimately hear the popcorn popping right now in Winnipeg. But let me know who you're taking, Serena Deeb or Mariah May. Cage just isn't used right now. He's big. He's scary big. He's never been used well in this company, Desmond, to be honest. Young Sheldon is all elite. Fuck. Might be an improvement at this point. KJ, plus 41 is the area code for Switzerland. There you go. So he did a plus 41. But thank you, Vance. I'm only here for Kenny. Got that one. I'd rather watch If Movie 10. Serena Deeb's got Mariah May tied in a knot. She's pretzeled. Oh. Serena Deeb for the win. Cesaro under Triple H. Cesaro in AEW. I agree. Cornette said Kenny's winning him over lately. Me too. Again, because he sounds like the reasonable guy. He's the one that's like, shit happens. Fights happen. I don't necessarily agree with it. And a lot of people are getting, I can't say for certain because I'm not there, Desmond, but a lot of people seem to be getting frustrated with the childishness. You know, there's professionals in that building, the Samoa Joes and the Cesaros and people like that have to be shaking their fucking head. That they get into the building and they're like, hey, man, did you see what they did now? And you're like, oh, fuck. What did we do now? Shut up. Shh, don't worry. He's still paying us. That's it. And that's what this is going to become. And again, in the famous words of my buddy Nick, it's very WCW of like, shut up, they're paying us. Who cares what we do? Serena for the win. Whew. All right, back at it, folks. We are in picture. Mariah May in control is Serena Deeb. Is anybody a little confused as far as I don't know how I feel about a baby face Serena Deeb. I don't know if it's going to work long term. Serena Deeb has A+ knee pads. There you go. At least we get Deeb. I love Serena Deeb. I really do. I'm such a big fan of what she can do in this ring. I like Mariah May. I think she's been completely kind of overshadowed with how, kind of instantly being tied to Tony. Though I don't mind it, I'm waiting for more. Elf is all elite. There you go. Bad show, stupid Canada. Why are you blaming Canada? It's a fucking American that put it on. Why you come to my country and fuck it up? What's good, TJ? How you doing? How you doing? Mariah May for the win. That boy KJ was parched. Yeah, definitely parched, bro. I never shut the fuck up. This is why don't go to Canada. BPE. Listen, sir. Don't go to parts of Canada, but you leave Canada alone. PW Insider has reported the WWE has signed Eric Rowan. Yeah, Byron, we talked about this at the top of the show. Exciting. I'm a big fan of Rowan. I think we all see the kind of stars aligning here that, all right, if you re-signed Eric, if Alexa's back or close to being back, if we're getting all these howdy teasers, Braun Strowman just came back. Who is and who isn't involved in this storyline? And when does it all come to fruition? I was saying earlier that the last QR code that we got last night during NXT, a lot of references to the Statue of Liberty. And if you're paying attention, the Statue of Liberty was given to the States by France. Is there a connection there? I don't know. Does that mean we're going to get more clues in France? Does that mean we're going to get howdy in France? I'm just guessing like y'all. I'm not sure. I do hope that we get Deonna Purrazzo versus Serena Deeb match soon. That would be a clinic. Absolutely. You have Taya Valkyrie. You have Deonna Purrazzo. You have Serena Deeb. You have, I know I'm missing someone at the top of that, but you got Toni Storm. Maybe one day we'll have Jamie Hayter again. Maybe one day we'll have Britt Baker again. But there's a lot of talent. And again, they're not utilized at all. Not at all. And what I find very interesting about AEW fans is their apathy towards the women's division. I don't know what it is. Like, are neckbeards allergic to women? Do they just not know what to do? Do they get like distracted when the women are on, so they're not really watching? I don't know. But it feels like the fan base and the company do not support women's wrestling very much. They'll support a Julia Black because she's cute, or Julia Hart from the House of Black. They'll support Julia because she's cute, or they'll support Sky Blue because of her back end. But the actual women's wrestling, they don't seem to enjoy, support. I don't get it. I don't get it. But out of all the major companies, if you include TNA, if you want to talk about some of the indies like GCW, House of Glory, nobody books the women division worse than AEW. Nobody. They are fucking terrible with their women, period. And I'd be happy to argue with anybody about that point. What's good? Got that one. Don't know how to feel about Mariah recycling Tony's old gimmick instead of having her own. I don't mind it in the context of the story. I think what's not working, or the disconnect for me, Richard, is that Mariah should be doing it and Tony should be bothered by it. Tony should be confused by it. Like, that's not normal. Kind of what we saw recently with Tatum and Lyra on NXT is they're both kind of in on it. Like, they both think this is cute. But you almost want Mariah doing it as that stalkery, obsessed fan, and Tony kind of being like, I don't know about this, which would help lead to a Mariah May, Toni Storm feud match, something. That's what I would do differently here. Yeah, what's up with him? Mariah, I can't even properly defend myself in this avenue because then I would insult other people that are watching. But I love my country, so fuck off. Stop signing people and push the roster you have. Tony, you're spot on, man. Stop signing people. Stop worrying about the WWE. Stop signing people that are past their prime. You were supposed to be the cool, young, hip company that we could go and watch talent we couldn't see elsewhere. Big hip thrust by Mariah. This match feels a touch on the long side as well. But yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, you have so much in-house talent. Like, people are talking about Camille. The fuck are you going to do with Camille? I like Camille. She's not a great promo from the last time I saw her. But what are you going to do with her? What storyline are you going to throw Camille into? I don't know. But you keep bringing in talent and you have nothing to do with them. Mariah May setting up seemingly white noise. Oh no, Serena Deeb turned into a hold. Oh, fall down. No. We got a two. OC versus Trent Beretta announced for next week's Dynamite. Okay. I'll let you know when I get excited about that. I like Canada. You should. I might not like who's running the place, but I do like the place. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. I would like to see Deeb versus Charlotte, Becky, and other top women in wrestling. 100%. I would love to see Deeb back in the mix, in the ring. Like, this match isn't bad. A bit on the long side, but it's two solid wrestlers at least. This might be one of the better matches we've gotten of the night. Wow, catches her, pulls her down, half crab. Because South Park told them to blame Canada. It's true. Canadians we refer to as snowman. You guys would for sure. I was across the river from Canada today in Niagara Falls. Jay West, nice. Big fan. WWE can have Sasha Banks back and give Jay. No, yeah. Again. Oh, wait. Tony throws in the towel. And the ref is just standing there like, what does this mean? And Tony throws in the towel on a half crab. Nobody loses to a half crab in 2024. So it will be Serena Deeb against Toni Storm at Double or Nothing, ladies and gentlemen. What a fucking flat ending to that match. You could have just had Serena look like a badass. Even the ref was like, oh, there's a towel. And before the ref did anything, the announcer came on and was like, the winner of this match. The fuck? We got Adam Copeland. Tony is hot in a teddy. Yeah, no shit. We want Kenny. Okay, I'm so confused. So we got Adam Copeland, says he's okay. Kyle O'Reilly, who was just challenged by Rocky Ramiro, is here talking to Adam Copeland. He wants to be friends. This is, yes, let's. That's a weird exchange. Kyle looks at the belt. Adam says, eyes up here. Basically says, yeah, okay. That was. Did Kenny? No signs of Kenny. And nobody's even talked about it. That's what I think one of the things that bother me is commentary. Oh, here we go. But commentary should have been talking about it all night. Where's Kenny? But it looks like we're getting Kenny Omega now, but I'm not positive. I don't trust it. Why are you bringing him out now? Camille's voice. So nobody was really running the show except the Young Bucks, if anybody was paying attention. Tony Khan didn't put somebody in his place. Tony Khan was attempting to run it from Jacksonville. The Bucks have taken over, and we are getting a long introduction for Kenny Omega. Camille versus Jamie Hayter. I guess. Maybe. I don't even stylistically, does that line up, Kyle? I guess. Here comes Kenny. So Kenny is here. We saved him for the very end, ladies and gentlemen, with 3 minutes on the clock. And this is probably going to bleed over into Rampage. I see what they're doing. I don't know. I still think he should have opened the show. Tony should be running a woman's HR every week. He has a roster for it. A woman's hour. No, but they could have quality matches, quality storylines, and multiple storylines on every show. But again, I think when I stop and think about it, folks, let's be real for a second. He doesn't book the men well. We saw a fucking mess tonight. Joe versus Dante, fucking Cesaro versus Cage. Shit, he doesn't book the men well. Why do we expect him to book the women well? But Kenny's here. The loudest the crowd has been all night long. And I remind everybody, Chris Jericho was also from Winnipeg. So, haha. Good to see Kenny. Camille will be fed to Mercedes and Tony and disappear. Good chance. Welcome home. He starts off with, I've never been that good at this kind of stuff, so I like it. Tony should be running a woman. I got that one. Yes. Camille against Athena. The crowd looks dressed for a wedding. Okay. How does Roddy know what a... You know the answer to that, John. He's talking about his diverticulitis. It's gross and dangerous. So he said he was about 24 hours away from dying, which, again, we had heard those reports. Crowd goes quiet. Lost me. AJ grew up in Canada. Nice. I like that, buddy. I did not know that. Sorry, I'm just trying to take in what Kenny's saying, especially I appreciate that he's being kind of candid right here. She was a mute on an NWA. Yeah, the big guy. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, when she did speak, she didn't speak much. And it wasn't great. Ooh, I feel like they're setting up him getting hit in the stomach. Kenny's getting upset. Man, this has been the best part of the show. It's beyond grasping at straws. They might be grasping at straws, Michael, but the thing that blows me away is that they don't know it. They think they're fucking killing it. Killing it. Kenny talking about the potential of retirement. Kenny talking about Dynasty, as this is going to carry over. It has carried over into Rampage, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We are sticking around for Rampage. I see almost 200 people here. Be a friend, tell a friend. Let's see if we can get 16 more people here. Canada is the best place I've ever lived. Well, that's the only place I've ever lived. Stoner Jesus, it feels right that Stoner Jesus is Canadian. Ricky Starks, where are you to save this company? Ricky Starks has got his bags packed. They're ready to go. And Ricky Starks is heading to the WWE as soon as possible. I grew up in Canada. Deep versus Perazo. If it wasn't for Canada, I wouldn't have dared to fill up facts. I can't read that out loud, see money, but and he's Cuban. I live by the border. Nice. Joe is the highlight of the night. What I like about this promo from Kenny is it's real. It's got real feeling. He's not doing like a breathy voice. He's not overselling. He's just a dude talking. And to me, that's the shit that pulls me into listening. Tony threw in a towel. Yeah, it was stupid. Darby got hit by a bus. Yeah, it happened. Yeah, broke his face, broke his nose. St. Catharines, Fort Erie. Nice. I love St. Catharines. St. Catharines has a restaurant. Used to have my favorite wings on the planet. Fort Erie's cute. Haven't been there in quite a while. But two very nice places. Used to go to St. Catharines a lot for hockey. Frankie Mune. Kenny calling out Matthew and Nicholas. Calling them, saying they're embarrassing themselves. KJ is a long last character from the lost episode of Northern Exposure. This is a good promo, guys. This is a good promo. I'm giving Kenny marks as the Rainmaker is on his way to the ring. That was the best part of the show. Oh, 100%. It's not even a fair comparable anymore. I just hope we can get good wrestling on AEW. Not tonight. I love Serena D, but she's getting a title match. Why? She beat Mariah May. Again, a little bit out of left field. And remember those rankings that Tony implemented, they don't mean shit. So they're saying AEW Rampage is next. So they're counting this as still Dynamite. Why not just call it Rampage? And the opening segment of Rampage is Okada and Kenny. I heard the green stuff in Canada is good. It's fucking amazing. I get to rub it in Nick because, I mean, it's not legal where Nick is, which is sad. So we're getting a holy shit chant for Okada standing in front of Kenny? Oh, we got some Japanese out of Kenny. Mariah May booked like a jobber. Yeah, but I mean, I can understand her being booked like that as the lackey or the right-hand person to the champion. That I can live with. I just don't know if Mariah, like, could it have been someone else instead of Mariah May because Mariah May is good? I don't know. Kenny saying, give me a couple months. We'll settle it right in a ring. Kenny Okada, we're going to run it back. I agree with you, Chair. The throwing in the towel was fucking stupid. Again, if you're setting up a title match, you want Deeb to look like a badass. Like, you want her to rip that fucking shoulder out of the socket. Okada saying he's the best bout machine. And Jack Perry jumping Kenny. Now, remember, they just sold us on if Kenny takes a shot to the gut, he could die. That's what they sold us a second ago. Oh, Cody, Desmond. I know where you got that, and I think that's fucking hilarious. Security trying to get involved. Kenny ducking under. Punch. Weird moment, though. They feel like they're not sure what. Setting up. Oh, and he grabs his stomach. So we get the Snapdragon, but Kenny instantly grabbing his stomach. As they should be. They're just a plan. 2 hours and 5 minutes. This is the best part of the show. This has been epically the best part of the show. No new GM, nobody filling in. The Young Bucks took over the show. Tony didn't have a plan or a counteract. Where are the Bucks now, though? I don't get it. Why are the Bucks not here? Oh! Jack Perry to the gut. It's Cody. Japanese Cody. I think someone said Chinese, but I don't want to click on it. Oh, here come the Bucks. And again, they're like, what are you doing? You can't run the same gimmick. See, this was really good until the amateur community theater actors show up. Oh, I can't believe you hit Kenny. I can't believe they're going to fuck Kenny. Come out and just do it. I heard it. Yeah. We get Omega Okada versus the Bucks someday if he is blessed and healthy. Yeah, they're going to run that back unbroken. And I'd imagine, again, I'm sure he's still going through what he's dealing with, but he just took a major shot to the stomach, and that's what they're selling us for. Those punches didn't connect. I'll let it slide. But see, this is the fucked up. Like, we already know you're assholes. So coming out and pretending, as we get the BT, down goes Kenny. Instead of them coming out again and acting like, no, we love Kenny. We know you have turned. So show up and fuck the shit up without being this fake bullshit. And here comes Dax and Cash. So Blood and Guts is setting up, folks. The Tony Khan Avengers are assembling. They couldn't stand it anymore. The guy is being beat up by multiple people, and they couldn't take it anymore at the very end. Ladies and gentlemen, that is officially the end of Dynamite. Rampage starts now. Let's just keep going, you dumb fucks. But yeah, that was the best part of Dynamite. And I will take a rating out of 10. If you guys want to give me your 2 cents on how you felt about Dynamite tonight. The best part of the show was Kenny. The face-off with Okada. That is good shit. That is shit that sells tickets. The worst part of that were the Young Bucks coming out and not understanding what they're trying to be, not knowing what they're trying to do. That is the problem. They come out and instantly make it kiddie campy bullshit. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Correct me if I'm wrong. Give me your 2 cents. How did you feel about Dynamite? I thought this was one of the worst Dynamites I have ever seen. And I said that last week, and I said that the week before. What the fuck is happening to AEW Dynamite? At what point does this ship correct? At what point does the people in charge realize they have a sufficient and significant problem that needs addressed? At what point do they step up, or does somebody step up and say, this company could be so much better? Or is it a lost cause because you're playing with a giant kid who happens to be a human toy collector? But Kenny is being carted off. And again, to their credit, they set it up. If I take any type of impact to my gut, it could be detrimental. I could die. They sold us on it, and then it happened. Good job. This is still not getting Jungle Mid card over. Jack Perry is better than the Bucks, though. Jack Perry with the scapegoat shit, Jack Perry with this attitude, it works. And at least he is full steam ahead. This is me, this is my gimmick, this is where I'm going with it. Where, again, the Bucks come out and they pussyfoot everything. Everything is like this fucking But we're in the back. FTR's with the stretcher. Kenny is on the stretcher. And here we go. FTR is getting jumped. This has been one of the best things AEW has done in a long time. Boston, I agree. Okay. Why didn't any of this happen on actual Dynamite? There goes Dax. Okada chucking Dax through a guardrail. Kenny going to be pooping blood. Oh, that's trust me, folks. It's not a good day. They killed Kenny, you bastards. This segment has been produced well. Yeah, a couple little tweaks. And like I said, the worst part of this is the Bucks because they're idiots. But even this is okay for me. Kenny on the stretcher, and they just dump him on the ground. Yeah. Touching cotton. Oh. Kenny Omega getting a title from Okada. He will become first ever AEW Grand Slam champion. Kareem, that's a very interesting take. And I'm okay with, Kenny comes back and goes after Okada. I don't mind it at all. No Sasha tonight. She is too good for Canada, and we don't want her. Pokemoniac. Jack Perry has potential. The Young Bucks are wasted theirs. Facts. What is this? So we just flipped away? Kenny Omega's on the ground and we just clipped away to, what is this? Who's coming out to Hell's Bells? 5 out of 10 for Dynamite. Oh, it's the Bullet Club. Oh, yeah, Jay White's going to fight a nobody. Fuck. Danny saying 5.25 out of 10. Woo! 2, 3, 10. Larry. Oh, negative 10. I was going to say, drugs are bad, Larry. They all suck. Listen, again, my advice to the Young Bucks in this situation, and guys, I'm just a dude that just watches a lot of wrestling. But at the end of the day, the Bucks come out and they instantly go after Kenny. They're part of, instead of Okada tripping up Kenny for the chair shot, the Bucks should have popped over the railing, and they were the reason he got the chair shot. I think that's the way I would have done it. Again, remember last week, They came out, oh, Jack, don't hit Tony. Don't hit Tony. Melter driver or TK driver. Fuck off. But they did the same thing this week. Oh, hey, you guys stop it. Knock it off. Knock it off. Psych. It doesn't work. It is childish psychology. We know you're the bad guys. You've been the dicks the whole show. So just come out and be the fucking heel. Stop trying to play this. Oh, we got him. Nobody believed you weren't going to do it. Oh, yeah, it's Darius. So, or is it Dante? Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I still got 150 people hanging out. By the way, we're watching Rampage. Quick question. Dante Martin fought on Dynamite, correct? Am I crazy? What was it, Darius that fought on Dynamite? Someone fill me in on that. 5 out of 10. Odds is barfing. 0 out of 10. 6 out of 10. 4.5 out of 10. I like the last segment. The best part of the show was the end. Why? Because Kenny came out and he was authentic. He was heartfelt. He wasn't being over the top. Is Mac Daddy on commentary? Can someone tell me what Martin fought earlier tonight, by the way? Chelsea Green just tweeted, delete this. I need more context to that. That was Isaiah Cassidy, KJ. No, before that. Didn't one of the Martins wrestle? Am I fucked? All right, fuck it. I'm crazy. Isaiah Cassidy. Okay. I thought we already got a top flight guy tonight. Y'all are making me feel crazy. I know we had Isaiah. Oh, and the other one was Brian Cage. Are you sure we didn't have a Martin? Fuck. It's all blending together. Jack and the Bucks and Okada, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. I like the last segment, 4.5 out of 10. Johnny Beans. No Sasha tonight. Storyline, little too late. And the thing is, you got this really good angle and you get this really good promo for Kenny, and then Kenny's going to be gone for a couple months. Sucks. Routine combined. Some Imodium, you'll be all right. 3 out of 10. This Dynamite was all washed up awful. A PSA for diverticulitis. Yeah, again, Brock Lesnar dealt with it. Yeah, no, thoughts and prayers to Kenny. I hope he's okay. I'd like to see him get back into the mix. And again, that was good. What they did here, again, some execution issues. And a big problem is if you had somebody other than the Young Bucks doing what happened tonight, it probably would go better. The Bucks are a problem. They create a level of apathy because it's the fucking Bucks. Jack. Oh. No, honestly, did we not get one member of Top Flight earlier tonight? I know it was a long time ago now, but I feel like Dante or Darius fought earlier tonight. I'm losing my fucking mind. 7 out of 10 Easy Bake. I got to know why. How did you get to 7? Key, if Sting didn't retire, you think he would be a part of the Elite storyline? Maybe. I mean, when prior to Sting retiring, he was kind of just hit and miss. So I don't know. It's so hard to say. Because everything seems so random, Key. I don't know. I don't. KJ, how excited are you for Roxy versus Chelsea next week on NXT? I'm pretty pumped about it, Kyle. I think it's going to be good. I'm a big fan of both those ladies. I'm looking forward to what Chelsea Green can do after the draft. I hope she gets some love because she's doing really well putting people over and being kind of the jobber heel. But I'd like to see Chelsea get some love. Her and Roxy should be a phenomenal match. Should be a fun one. All right. I made it up. I was so confused. Isaiah Cassidy fought. All your high flyers are all fucking whatever. Why is Jay White always fighting Dante? I don't know. I don't know why this is happening. Do you remember when Jay White was a big signing? Do you remember when Jay White was a big deal? Remember when people said, oh, the WWE missed out on Jay White? 2 out of 10 says Philip. AEW. Yeah, I want to know how people got to a 7. Tonight's Dynamite. Tonight's Dynamite out of 10 for me. I'll give them a couple points for the end, even though it was like 3 minutes left. Was there a good match on Dynamite tonight? Like a good match. Like not it was but like what was the good match that stood out tonight? Odds, I'm not clicking on that, but as a person that's been to a few, they seem pretty good. Yeah, thank you, Sword. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. 6.5, even that's a little high for me. I'll give it a 4 just to be nice. Edge versus Buddy was decent. The ending sucked. Mariah versus Deeb wasn't bad, but the ending sucked. Jericho took up 25 minutes of this show in a disgusting, embarrassing, shameful, horrible, deplorable, awful, fucking nonsensical bullshit match. I think the highest I can go on Dynamite tonight, guys, 4 out of 10 for me. No big things. I'm really disappointed with Swerve's situation as well. Tonight, Dynamite was a 4 out of 10. Again, there's a whole lot of shit on the surface. There's a whole lot of shit that not a bad idea. The execution is fucking terrible. Tonight, Dynamite is a 5, says Rashad. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go 4. I'm going to give them some marks. I didn't even mind the fact that the Elite were the video package. I thought that was kind of a neat touch. All right, they're hijacking the show. I predicted they were going to hijack the show because it makes sense for them to hijack the show. But then Tony's got to be careful. If Tony's going to imply that he's putting someone in charge, where was that guy? Where was the person walking into Gorilla and saying to the EVPs, Tony put me in charge tonight? And they super kick him in the mouth and go about their business. So Tony's got to be careful. Tony's got to be careful. The commercials were great. Matt's tube of you. Yeah, great commercials. The Edge match was pretty good, so I'll give a couple points for that. I will not go higher than 4 tonight. And I don't like going less than 5. If anybody watches, it's not very often I go less than 5. Tonight's a 4 at best. It's just chaos. It's literally chaos. I have a 9-year-old kid, and it's like if I had asked her to tell me a story, and that's how Tony Khan books. That is just fucking plot twists and characters everywhere, and oh, by the ways, and I'm positive my 9-year-old can pull off more than what TK is giving us in the last month of AEW Dynamite. Like I'm convinced. Mariah versus Serena, 4.5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 got that one. Jericho match was the best. Bash, that's hilarious. Temple, it's ironic that you're the one crying in chat because we don't praise it. You don't like it. Wait, where's Temple? Where's Temple? 6.5. Temple plays. All right. I'm not one to go on social media and cry if a said wrestling company books like shit. You all look like crybabies. I keep my negativity to wrestling company to myself. Well, if I kept it to my fucking self, Temple, what the fuck would I be doing here? What would we be talking about? What would we do? It's not crying. It's the show sucks, and I'm a fan. I'd like it to be better. If you keep it to yourself, good. Do you, boo-boo? Maybe you should have kept that message to yourself. But I can't. No. If I go to a movie and it sucks, I tell my friends, don't go see that movie. It sucked. If I go to a concert and it sucks, I tell people it sucked. That's the way it is. If the band didn't fucking pony up a performance that costs my pay, I tell people, saying, oh, but I just post positives. Well, sorry, that's great for you. That's not what we do here. We critique here. Our job is to give you guys our insight into everything we see, bad, good, and indifferent. And we've watched some really great stuff, and we watched some really bad stuff, and we call it as it is: unscripted, uncensored, unbiased. We drop it every fucking show to let people know what's up. Now, you can keep your positivity, but being blindly ignorant and not saying shit, like not calling things the way they are, that's almost more detrimental than shutting up, right? Like me pointing out what I see and what I don't see, that's not bad, right? I'm not saying this. I'm telling you what I see. By the way, we get a win. And again, you don't have to listen. It's unfortunate, but that's what it is. But you stick to your positivity. But at the end of the day, it's what we do here. We critique. 4 to 5. Try hard. Let me scroll back up. I got carried away there. No Shad. Damn. I know. As Jay White beat Dante, is he helping him up? My favorite moment of Dynamite was Joe choking out his opponent, whoever he was. Swear. Wait, Jay is giving love to Dante. And there we go. Huge DDT. What was the point of that? Yeah, I agree, Excalibur. Slightly unnecessary. AW marks think just because people point out and laugh at TK wearing a neck brace and at the draft is proof that AEW is better. Yeah, again, I don't subscribe to the tribalism. And that's where I struggle. I'm not blindly committed to any company. I've been here for weeks. When we first started this channel, we were here for weeks shitting all over Vince McMahon, shitting all over WWE. And then things changed. Triple H got power, things changed, Vince got pushed out, WWE got better, and AEW got worse. And I won't bite my tongue about that. I got Deanna Prazo on the screen, by the way, folks. AEW got that one. I'm just veer biased to Kenny. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. And Kenny was the best part of the show tonight. Kenny was the only thing that pulled my attention really into the show. It's happy birthday to beautiful Tiffany Stratton. Today is 25. She's 25. Congrats, Tiffany Stratton. I guess it's Tiffy time today. What do you think? What do you think WWE going to Netflix? What do I think of it? I think it's going to be great. I'm hoping it means less commercials, less stoppage in the action. Maybe it means less than a 3-hour show. Maybe we can do a 2-hour and 20-minute show or a 2-hour even show. But I'm optimistic. I'm excited. I think we will have the ability for the content, like we talk about the PG era, but I have hopes that Netflix will allow the content. And again, remember, it's not just Netflix, but it's also internally and their sponsorships. Will they evolve past that? I'm excited. I really am excited. 3 out of 10. AEW tonight. No good match at all tonight. Shows that Bucks need to just wrestle. No EVP title. Yeah, I mean, again, the best part of the show was that angle. The worst part of that angle was the Bucks. Perry, I thought was good. Okada, I thought was good. The Bucks come around and start play acting. They're like fucking Jim Leahy and Randy. And if you need to look that up, do it. I'll start watching AEW again when everyone in the crowd is wearing neck braces. Let's go. Let's go. Savage. Jesus Christ, you guys are fucking over. Congrats on all the success. Thanks for the follow on Instagram, brothers. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Savage. We've been cooking with peanut oil, buddy. And it's been fun. So appreciate you being here. Yeah, and appreciate the compliment. It has been insane lately. April was an epic month for us. We're starting off May on the right foot, and there's so much more to come. So thank everyone out there for being a part of it. Cannot get enough. It's not any different than criticizing a show of your favorite band when they make an awful song or plot. 100%. All these people that come out, just enjoy the wrestling. Fuck that. If I gave you a fucking meal that was burnt to a crisp, you wouldn't enjoy the meal. Just enjoy the meal because I made it. Fuck that shit. You know, you go to fucking watch your favorite band. You go to see fucking Guns N' Roses, and Axl Rose can't stand up long enough to sing fucking Paradise City. You're gonna bitch and complain. You're gonna boo. Fuck. Even the GOAT Dave Chappelle has been booed. Let's be fucking real. Just enjoy the wrestling. You have to give me something enjoyable. The onus is not on me to make myself entertained. If I needed to do that, I'd sit in my fucking room by myself and mind my own business. I have fine things to be fun with. But yeah, and you can pause on that. But yeah, this whole fucking just enjoy it. Fuck off. It is what it is, because when you're doing good and everyone's applauding you, oh, now you want to hear it. Fuck that. Toxic positivity. All right. There you go. Desmond, I like it. I don't know where we're going with this. I'm trying to catch up. Crowd is quiet. Exactly, KJ. Oh my God, this guy, for real. I don't know what's happening. If a movie is awful, I wouldn't watch it. Dude, look, my favorite horror slasher film of all time is Halloween. They fucking booted and botched that for at least 2 movies at the end. Like, again, and then, you know, me and Nick are talking. Hey, did you see the new Halloween? It was fucking awful. I don't say like, well, just enjoy the movie because they made it for me. Get the fuck out of here. So I'm getting a Rouge package, by the way. And if you are just tuning in, we are still watching wrestling on a Wednesday night, as we got about 25 minutes left of Rampage. And Rouge, why would this? Am I wrong? Why would you not do this Rouge package on Dynamite? Why are we getting it on this Rampage? Make Rouge feel special. Make Rouge good again. He's mad, though. Starting the fight. Who cares? Hates comedy. It's not negativity. It's having an opinion of what you're watching. Wrestling fans talk about wrestling. Whoops. Yeah, again, that's what we built this channel on. Well, we wanted people to come here. We don't block people for disagreeing. As long as you keep it respectful, we will listen to all opinions. We've converted people that have shown up in this chat and been like, you guys are stupid. And we're like, wait. No, we're not. And they're like, maybe you're not. And they stay. We've converted people. We are the wrestling utopia. We want everyone's opinion, bad, good, or indifferent. As long as it's not trolling and as long as you can back up your claim, I will listen and argue all day long. Fuck. Nick and I are best friends, and we spend tons of time yelling at each other about shit we don't see eye to eye on. That's what makes this fun. That's what we want to do as wrestling fans. No different than sitting around the house and you're debating about football or basketball or hockey or anything else. There is going to be a difference of opinion. And giving an honest opinion, even if it's not glowing and blowing what I'm watching, it's still my opinion. Deal with it. Yeah, that's generally... There we go. Did Randy ever have his baby? No baby official. You can cuss, apparently. So Jericho would love to take Bill into the Jericho vortex, because if Jericho hadn't fucked up Dynamite enough, here he is on Rampage, and he thinks he's being clever. I want to pull you into the vortex. He just called Big Bill the Big Redwood. What the fuck? And then gives us a Tony Khan thanks, guys. Which the Bucks have already done, Jericho. Jesus Christ. To be kind of a boring match. All right, I'm going to try and catch up on this chat. We are getting a replay of Christian Cage taking out Swerve earlier tonight, though. And we are rolling along. Remember, folks, as long as you keep it clean, we're all good to argue and debate. But all right, Swerve is kind of promo on Christian. Was Kenny playing video games during the promo? Matt, Tubes of You? No. And that's the funniest thing about the talk about positivity first not. For all the negative shit I did say tonight, as far as Jericho and everything else, the minute Kenny Omega came out, it was nothing but compliments. God, I love Italian women. Random chat of the night. Us talking about it, even bad things, is because we care about it. 100%. And you know what? I think more fans out there, and I see a lot of the YouTubers and the TikTokers that have started to be a little more honest about AEW. There's one guy out there that was always wearing his AEW hoodie, would never say anything bad about AEW. Now he's saying bad shit and he thinks he's the only one saying it. It's ridiculous. But they're starting to turn. And because Tony Khan pays attention to the internet, pays attention to Twitter, he bases his booking on the fucking social medias, then be honest, guys. Because if everyone fucking opened their mouth and said, this sucks, maybe it will change. That's a pipe dream, but maybe it will. At the end of the day, acting like everything's peachy key is fucking dumb. Shad Khan is the greatest Khan to grace the earth. I don't know. Nick might argue with that. Not my Nick, that Nick. Guys, let's not forget that we're all just WWE bots that only exist to say negative things about AEW. Yeah, I'm just AI. I am programmed to come on every week and shit all over this show to convince people not to watch it. Yet I sit here and watch it like a fucking maniac. So I am just AI. I'm a figment of everyone's imagination. As we are getting Kyle O'Reilly taking on Rocky Romero. KJ, do you think we get a rematch between FTR and the Bucks at Double or Nothing? No, I think this is leading to like blood and guts, some type of gang warfare. Tony's going to have a team. The Elite are going to have a team. Hangman Page is going to return. That's where I think this is going. Tempo. You're all coming at me because I said AEW isn't as bad as you guys think. Never once came at you with no disrespectful comments. You're all coming at me with disrespect. Listen, I'll be clear that none of my comments, and as blunt as they are, come with any disrespect. Like I said, as long as you keep your gloves above the waist, your opinion is your opinion. Somebody gave the show a 7 out of 10 tonight. Blows my mind, but I'm a big fan of that guy. So I have no disrespect meant by any of my bluntness. But at the same time, again, the sentiment is simple. And that's not quite what your sentiment was at the beginning. So at least based on what I read. So nonetheless, moving on. What was the point of that? Story of AEW in a nutshell. What the fuck was that? Overlap probably to boost ratings and Rampage 100%. It's smart move. I can't get mad at them for doing stuff like that. I would be pulling every trick in the book to pull it off. I hope we're not getting FTR Bucks soon. Tired of those rivalries. Listen, that ladder match was one of the flattest spots of Dynasty. And people are going to say, well, KJ, it was in between two big matches. It was supposed to be a big fucking match between two generational tag teams. So if you can't go on after somebody that did a good job, that's on you. That's not on the fans. Oh, the fans were just burned out from the last match. Well, wake us the fuck up. Stop blaming your ratings, your ticket sales. Stop blaming reactions on the fans. Stop blaming it on the people. Stop blaming it on basketball and hockey and football. Stop blaming all your fucking problems on external issues. To be very clear, Tony Khan, the problems are within. And if you have any hope of salvaging this company or changing the culture within this company, it starts from within. Fuck. Why does Jay White have 3 belts? Jay White should have 2 belts. Did he have 3? Oh, I got balloons. Yay. My God. That's so funny. Arena Empty Wrestling is Arena Empty Wrestling. Wow. Is the only company to never book the World Heavyweight champion as a main event. Yeah, he just gets put in like opening matches. It's weird. It's really weird. And I want Swerve to have a really good title run. I really do. Kenny was good, the rest was garbage. Kenny was the best part of the show tonight. Kenny was the only reason I watched Rampage this week. They bullied me into watching Rampage. Those bastards. Was Kenny playing video games during the promo? I answered that one. Holy shit, guys, keep it coming. We still got 130 people here. Almost 3 hours in. We've been over 100 people for about 2 hours plus now. Keep it coming. Oh no, KJ, didn't you know we're bullies because we criticize poor Tony? Yeah, I'm the bully picking on the billionaire. Cry me a fucking river. Fuck. The guy could pay to have me killed by accident. Gonna poor him. Poor Tony and all his money. MDB, that's funny. I'll give you points on that, sir. Swerve just said he isn't coming alone. It's terrible. I'd much rather not come alone, to be honest. Pause. But yeah, Swerve is. I like again. If he brings the Mogul Embassy, does that hurt Swerve? Bringing a jobber heel faction to fight a heel faction, I don't know. So I hope Swerve has other friends. This Rampage just feels like the third hour of Dynamite. That's how I would have booked it. I would have put something really cool at the end of Rampage and told people all show long, you cannot miss Rampage tonight. That one thing they don't do very well in AEW is sell us on shit. They didn't even really sell us hard on Kenny Omega closing the show tonight. Right? There was people saying, oh, maybe Kenny won't be there. They got to do better. They need better people calling the show, calling the action. Excalibur's not good at it. You need to tell the story. You got to dictate what the people are thinking about. That's it. What the hell is this crap? I'm the learning tree. Sit under my wing. Trees don't have wings, Jericho. This channel gets 10 out of 10. AEW gets 2.5. I'll take it. As we always say, Roddy, the wrestling may suck. We never fucking do. Ever. We don't have to do. I'm just going to let y'all fight with each other. My kid's got a swear jar for me. It's not good. Jericho just watching his face on TV. The minute he shows up now, it's instantly like, feel like I got fucking stomach issues. What if Taz has one more transmission? Then he should have done it 2 weeks ago or last week, whenever the fuck that happened. Seasons of the Witch was weird. It was horrible. I don't even know fucking whose idea that was. See, even those have fucking bad moments. Fuck my life. All right, folks. We're getting a kickoff between Kyle and Rocky. See, this is, again, if you were forced to do a 3-hour show on Wednesday, I would have made it really fucking strong. I would have sold everybody on how must-see Rampage would have been tonight. That's what I want. Swerve just said he isn't coming alone. Got that. Peraza was good. The final man has to be Max. When do you think Blood and Guts will take place? I don't know. See, the problem with this storyline right now is I don't know how healthy Kenny is. I don't, again, dude, does he need surgery? Does he need, like, where is he at? Like, everything's so up in the air right now. I don't know. But I feel like that's what it's building towards. I am human, not a fan bot, and I have my opinion. Very good, Alexis. I'm glad you're human. We actually liked the last segment as a whole, but the rest of the show was ass. I did. I thought Kenny was the best of the show, and I feel like it's because it was real. I felt him. I connected with the dude. I've gone through my fair share of health issues and such, and I could relate. I understood where he was coming from. I know what it's like when you're getting tests and waiting for answers and sitting in a hospital and life sucks. I get it. So it was real. I bought into it. The only thing I would have changed from that was the Young Bucks come out and instantly be heels. Don't play that we love Kenny bullshit. We knew you didn't. Can somebody please check on Kenny? He has been in the shit. It's not funny. Warner Brothers needs to step in and say, change it now, Tony, or again, everything I ever read, and again, it could be controlling the narrative, so I don't know, but everything I read and everything I hear is that Warner Brothers is very happy with the relationship with what Tony's doing. Whether that's because Tony's giving them kickbacks or whatnot, I don't know. But the ratings are going in the wrong direction. The companies like Warner Brothers are keen on like audience reaction. How do people feel about the shows we make? How do people feel about the movies we are going to make? You can't tell me someone doesn't have their fucking finger on a pulse being like, this wrestling company's taking in water quick. I'm so fucking sick of the narrative that if you criticize AEW or any other company, you're a hater. It's lazy, it's childish, and it's a cop-out. It's the inability to deal with reality. Daniel, I love this. Absolutely. When I first saw your comment, I was like, uh-oh, we're going to have some argues. No, that's it. And again, I understand that in 2024, you're supposed to be a sheep and just bow yourself off the cliff. And I can't do it. I can't do it. It gets me in trouble all the fucking time. As Kyle O'Reilly barely beats Rocky Romero. Such a weird match. But again, like we are allowed to be open. I feel like people just brainlessly criticize things too much, where they don't really look at the whole picture. As we got Soraya and Danny. Why are they talking about Mariah May? How did Soraya get relegated to Rampage, by the way? But yeah, again, it is our job as human beings to be honest. And more people need to be honest. And too many people, now I'm gonna get all fucking political and fucking soapboxy here. More people need to be honest. We care too much about people's feelings. We care too much about not hurting people. At the end of the fucking day, the truth is the truth. Things are the way they are. Facts are the way they are. And my facts don't give a fuck about your feelings. And if my opinion bothers you, well, then that's not the place to be. And again, I'm open to debate. I'm open to discussion. I'm open to listen to see if you see something I don't, because then maybe I can get a different perspective. That's it. That's what makes the world a better place. Challenging each other, pushing each other, being open with each other. Everybody living in a fucking box and only thinking one way is how you end up with a dynamite that looks like this. Exactly what a fanbot would say. Jay West. God bless Kenny. You think Christian was the best choice for Swerve's title defense? I like him, but he has no momentum. I don't mind Christian. I know you asked MDB this, Richard. I don't mind Christian. I don't love how we got there. Just spit out my drink. There you go. I'm gonna send a message on Discord, pin this chat tonight. Okay. Y'all know I never fuck with that Discord very much, right? I love AEW so much that I want better from them, and they can fill arenas again and get good TV deals. Whoa, I'm such a horrible guy for that. Yeah. Again, that's how we feel sometimes of like, wait, I just watched something that was completely fucking and utterly. I think here's the biggest problem, Boston. I think the biggest issue for me is I feel like I'm being, as a fan base, they're treating us stupid. They're treating us like idiots. And that to me is insulting. And At the end of the day, I told everybody this a million times. I started this channel because I wanted to counteract the Jim Cornettes of the world, because I found this wrestling company that got me excited about wrestling again, and they were packing buildings, and it was exciting and it was different, and there was the wrestlers that I wasn't that familiar with that I was learning more about that I thought were really cool. And somewhere around the 2.5, 3 year mark, things started declining. And at the end of the day, my intelligence is being insulted with the product. I love being a wrestling fan. I have no issue being a wrestling fan. But at the end of the day, it is your job to entertain me. And when you do shit that makes me feel like I'm stupid, and there's people out there who believe that you not understanding it or you not supporting it or you not liking it makes you stupid somehow, I object. I object fully. And again, we don't go to any form of entertainment. You name it. Fuck, if I paid money to go see a fucking magician pull fucking rabbits out of fucking his asshole, at the end of the day, he better do a good fucking job. And that's how it goes. That's what you're in here for. All right. When you say to me, don't, well, you're just being negative. You don't need to be like that. Just enjoy it. Well, basically, you're saying that you're putting the show on for yourself. And if you're doing that, then don't put it on national TV. Don't put it all over social media. Don't brag when things are good and then cry when things are bad. Just accept it for what it is. Listen to the criticism of your fan base and be better. Or be Vince. You choose. Cage is a good choice to face Swerve. Needs some wins to add shine to his title reign. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Again, it was just more of like the drop in the bucket. Like, oh, there he is. I follow all promotions. Alexis, you know we do. I got the Undisputed Kingdom, by the way. Taven cutting a promo on Tony not traveling. Oh no, KJ, didn't you know? I got that one. But yeah, no, I agree with that, Daniel. Had Swerve on a 101 and not have a deal with the whole faction. Yeah, again, if you have a faction, you could use the faction. I just no Osprey tonight. No Sasha Banks. What happened to FTR versus Jay White and Juice Robinson? Those matches were the best that AEW produced. Should have been a major angle. Matt, you're right. Essentially, Juice and Jay moved on to trios, and Juice got hurt. I'm looking forward to Juice coming back. You getting balloons is part of the nomination wrestling for night work, right? There we go. When are we going to see Juice? Soon, I hope. As here comes Sky Blue, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody is just wondering, yeah, we're still watching wrestling. We're still watching wrestling. Is this the main event of Rampage? With 6 minutes to go? Really? Oh, wait, there was a super chat I haven't clicked on yet. Paul, I stubbed my toe at work today. The show helps me get by at work. Thank you. Here's $5. Get yourself a soda. Paul, we appreciate it. I'm sorry you stubbed your toe. Such a bitch when you stub your toe. But thank you. As Willow coming out to take on Sky Blue in our 5-minute main event, ladies and gentlemen. I thought Stat and Bibbins were banned from ringside. Oh, they are. Okay, they're just coming out to wish her well. Yeah. Tough break. I'm glad we could help. I'm glad you're enjoying. Why? Wait. Time out. Why are we using weapons? What? I literally complain the whole way through NXT every week. Boston, facts. Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Man, Soraya is a bust. Yeah, all she is a bust. You can take that in more than one way. Thank you. Brock had first surgery in 2009, and they had 1 foot of his colon removed 2 years later. There's no telling how long Kenny will be out. yeah, like I don't pretend to understand the whole depth of this. So again, I don't know where Kenny's at with the whole situation. 2024, the year critical thought became a bad thing. Desmond, I think critical thought became a bad thing before 2024. We were getting there. It just keeps getting worse. And the more you think out loud, the more people don't want to hear you fucking speak. Uh the zone dropped. This is another thing I found very interesting. The coverage in Mexico dropped AEW. The zone dropped AEW. I don't know. I'm worried, guys. WWE aren't perfect. The draft was asked. Who said WWE was perfect? And again, the draft was meh, but the draft was more entertaining than anything I've got in the last month on AEW programming. But who said they were perfect? And if you're responding to someone else, why are you doing that? I mean the same Warner Brothers that butchered the TC. Yeah, it's facts. There you go. Half the fun of this channel is arguing with KJ, Nick, and especially I like it. I like it. I like it. That's what we do here. And we have a lot of fun, guys. I mean, again, you guys have literally seen Nick and I huffing and puffing at each other. That sounds so wrong. But that's what we do. That's what we're supposed to do. We're passionate fans. KJ and Nick are like Beaver and Jaden Smith. How do I say this nicely? I'm broken. Fuck you. I don't even know how to take that. Oh, Willow comes off the apron, lands on a chair. Why is this match no DQ? Someone help me. Their manager, Statlander, heartbreaking for Statlander. AEW's gives, I can't believe they went to commercial. 2 minutes left. AEW give the women no time, but give Jericho a 26-minute match that should last 5. Yes, again, perfect, Tony. That's the frustration. I don't mind Willow versus Sky Blue. 2 things I do mind. 1, why is it a lazy booking match? What, why? That's how you compensate for people that can't actually do the job. And no offense to both these women, and maybe they can wrestle, but Tony books them like they can't. Oh, just go hit each other with shit. And why do they get like 5 minutes at the end of the night? This match probably would have been better elsewhere. I just looked at AEW Ticks first row floor verified sales $1,000 through Ticketmaster. Oh, Canada. This is a Canada street fight. It's a Winnipeg street fight, and Winnipeg's fucking nuts, so it makes sense. A Manitoba massacre. Nice, Easy Bake. You can't a Canadian street without your 4th booster shot. No proper storytelling. There's so much going on in that comment. I'm just gonna let it go because parts of it aren't even true. But close. No clue why this woman's match is no DQ. This ain't a feud. Yeah, Willow's got an issue with and a match coming up with Mercedes. What the fuck is she doing in this match in a no DQ match? I'm so fucking confused. Lazy booking. Shout out Cornette. I was going to say Manitoba Melee. I'll accept that. That's wonderful. Terror in Toronto. That's too close to real life. Tony Khan is no Andy Kaufman. Yeah, Andy Kaufman had charisma, understood what he was doing, and understood the art of psychology and selling. Tony doesn't get it. Tony is just having fun. And some people out there are saying, well, let's just let him. But I don't get it. Like, it's not like Tony was like this self-made guy that scratched and clawed and did everything he could to build a wrestling company, to give the fans what they really needed. And he tried so hard. And he went through so many trials and so many tribulations that life was just barely bearable. And then one day he finally got there, and we should support him because he is the fucking, the fucking underdog of wrestling. We are literally dealing with A spoiled fucking brat who acts like a spoiled fucking brat in public. He's not a kid. He's a grown-ass man. Just because he acts 16 or 15 or 14 or 12, I don't know, you pick, doesn't mean he is that age. So all this sympathy about protect poor Tony Khan, blow it out of your ass. Every single person that wants to defend this victim, Tony Khan. Yeah, I wish I was victimized to the sum of $130 million. I wish I was victimized to the point where I can pretend like I work for a football company. I wish I was victimized to the point where I could just buy a wrestling company and buy people. Like, just start collecting human beings. That's what I wish. Poor victim, poor Tony. Fuck off with that narrative. That narrative should go out the fucking window. It makes no sense. Wow, as Sky Blue just sabooed Willow. It's one of the better matches of the night. The Manitoba Massacre. Yeah, this whole narrative, like, oh, poor Tony. Everyone's bullying Tony. What the fuck? Tony is not a victim. I would prefer to see Willow versus Willow, Jeff Hardy. As by the way, Julian, Sky Blue is bleeding because why not? And we got thumbtacks on a fucking random rampage. This match is anything goes. This match is fucking blow my nose. Andy Kaufman has more charisma than Tony Khan. Well, yeah, he was an actor. I mean, it's a little unfair for me to make that joke, but all Tony Khan had to do was go watch Andy Kaufman fucking films. I think that's what blows my mind about Tony Khan is everybody talks about like Tony Khan's this big wrestling buff. He's this wrestling historian. Well, then you should fucking know better. Thank you, Beans. KJ, we got a problem. Probably. AEW has 17 belts. WWE has 10. Okay. And is that counting all the extra belts they allow on the show? Jerry and Andy fooled everyone. Now that's pro wrestling. Facts. Wow. Both these women going into the thumbtacks. And she kicks out. Why is this match more intense than the match we're going to get a double or nothing? I tuned into Wrestling for Life Network for the beard guy, because he's a cool dude. Not so much for the other guy. That's not cool. That will get you blocked real quick, Temple. So mind your P's and Q's, sir. And again, we're a package deal. So if you're gonna go that route, you might as well fucking walk on now, buddy. At least WWE throws a woman some floats every now and then. Nobody books the women worse than Tony Khan. Nobody. TNA is better. NXT is better. Raw is better. SmackDown's better. And anybody that wants to contradict that are basing their opinion on a Vince McMahon horribly booked women's division. Triple H highlights those women at every turn. And Tony Khan is at the bottom of the barrel as far as how he treats his women. Big moonsault onto a chair. This is a good match. Just unnecessary. Yeah, lucky Nick. I have an aisle seat for Dynamite and Collision in Buffalo. Only ran me $100 a ticket. That's why we go to Buffalo to watch hockey games. It's cheaper and more accessible, Jay. Thanks, Paul. Oh, my God. Out comes the board with barbed wire. Because fuck it, let's kill them all. I showed my son a clip from Letterman where Lawler slapped Kaufman. I said, that's what Tony is trying to do, but failing horribly. Kaufman knew how to execute and be a heel. Khan doesn't. The difference between Andy and Tony is Andy was committed to what he was doing. Tony Khan is just having fun. As they're trying to set up, oh, wow. Both women on the apron. I'm kind of getting sick of these street fights at AEW. Oh, my God. We get a sit-down power bomb off the apron into barbed wire, through a table, through a board, both women down. It just seems so unnecessary. TK reviving the next strong gimmick of 2023. Roderick did it better. Holy shit. It was all right match. Tony Khan about to be 42. Tony Khan is older than me. It blows my mind. He can kiss my ass, my whole asshole. AEW sells Pepsi, WWE sells Coke. That might be backwards. That might be backwards, Paul. This chat is amazing, guys. I can't believe there's still 100 people here at the end of this Dynamite. Don't damage them asses. You fucking burst one of them. Jesus Christ. It was talk of that month. Yeah. This is awesome. See, some people think it like, again, some people, we get that match and they're just like, this is awesome. I love it. AEW is great. I mean, the match was all right. There's so much wrong with what happened. But, I mean, the match is okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Rampage. That is Dynamite. I'm going to stay around for a few more minutes, not many. If you want to get in the chat, let me know. How did you feel about Rampage? Do you even want to give it a rating? How do you feel about, I'll tell you what, give me a rating out of 10 for 3 hours of Dynamite tonight and let me know how I should feel about it. I will give you my opinion. As you can imagine, it's not going to be much higher than it was. Barbed wire. You gaslighting. All right. People tuned into AEW in the early days because there was some talent signed and it was another promotion. The honeymoon is seriously over. I hated WWE. I hated their product. I hated the booking. I hated like being invested in something and then Goldberg would show up or Brock would show up or fucking what's bitch faces? Ronda would show up. That I hated WWE. I stopped watching. Occasionally it'd be one of those things of like I just need some noise while I'm falling asleep. I'd throw on Raw or SmackDown, even if it was a couple days old, I'd throw it on. Hockey pucks with thumbtacks? No. Jericho had the hockey pucks. I really loved the idea that there was this company coming in. And again, it was new. It was exciting. The matches were crazy. They were pushing the envelope. There was talent that I loved listening to all the Jericho podcasts of everybody leaving WWE, going on Jericho's podcast and shitting all over WWE. Thought it was awesome. Thought it was great. And for weeks, we used to do the power rankings here on the channel. Go back and look at the old archive power rankings. Dynamite was the best show every week. Dynamite, 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 Dynamite. And then it changed. And I really think what happened was Vince McMahon was a lame duck owner. He didn't give two fucks about the people. He was just collecting checks and chasing ass. And then at the end of the day, you have Triple H come in and it changed the game. Literally. And you see the pun I did there. All right. I'm going to try and click on some of these before I go. Think of the billionaires. Yeah, exactly. CM Punk. Think of the billionaires. Tony go to Vince level, the booking. Yeah. I wish he felt scared for his life. Daddy Khan, I want that one. I want that one. I want that one. Yeah, 100%. Poor him. TK's dad invented the modern bumper patent. Is that true? All right. Chad is a way more sympathetic character as the American dream. Self-made man. The man's son is an obnoxious rich kid who never brushed it up against reality. Facts. And that's why somebody can say out loud, I feared for my life because someone threw a temper tantrum. You collect wrestling belts, and that's lame. Somebody who has to run out of ammo. I don't know. Sky Blue has gotten great. Again, Robert, how can you say Sky Blue has gotten great based on what you just saw? And I'm not trying to put your opinion down. I think she's great. I think she's cute. We all, compliment her assets. But as far as being an in-ring wrestler, like if she was to go to WWE right now and wrestle a match, where would she be in the rank of women? Because I think she'd be lower than the top 10 by far. because you put her in matches like this. We don't know if Sky Blue is great. We don't. Yeah, sure. But any fucking asshole can do a backyard match. Sky Blue goes hard in hardcore matches, but why is that the only match? Because they're covering up the fact that she can't just go bell to bell. That's what all these matches are. That's why Jericho's now getting doing the stupid matches or always in a gimmick match of some kind. Because the gimmick covers up the inability to do the real thing. Already came in with FU levels of money. Yeah, 100%. Thumbtacks. Tony, AEW will get better the moment they hire actual people for the positions that need to be filled and have a good running company, hire a GM, hire creative writers, and just stick to two shows for now. Yeah, all of that's accurate. And as long as Tony Khan's got his hand on everything, you're fucked. Because the show is being run and produced and booked by the man who has the equivalency, the equivalent maturity of a 12-year-old. That's it. That's the fact. 5 out of 10 for Rampage. 3, 5. All S-Crew Wrestling. That's not nice. Cameron versus Mariah May next week on Dynamite. Is that true? Yes, the other guy's head would have exploded tonight. 5. Good but necessary hardcore women's match. It's the last match disease people have. Look up show pretty bad. A grown man playing with his toys. 7 out of 10. That's so aggressive, Robert. I appreciate you, dude, but I think 7 is so high. Or maybe you're high, and that's how we got to 7. AEW brought to you by Velveeta, Cody and Dustin Days. Yeah, that shit was amazing. Still, to me, one of the best, if not the best, kind of match story ever in AEW was Cody Dustin. It was so good. So good. Where the F is Mercedes KJ? Nobody care about her match anymore. Yeah, no. Again, I don't get how you have a random Rampage hardcore death match with barbed wire and thumbtacks, and I'm supposed to get excited about you fighting someone else at the pay-per-view one-on-one straight up. 5.5, 4.5 out of 10. I need a blunt after watching 3 hours of AEW. My God. Yeah. MDB, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. I'm 58 years old. Hi. There you go. There you go, sir. On the plus, I love AEW is booking Rick. I like their current booking of Ric Flair as well. I will say last call to the chat, folks. I will say last call to everybody out there. I thank everybody for joining us. She's still super green. I agree. That's the difference. She'd be in NXT learning how to fucking do this. And I think half the NXT roster is way better than Julia Hart, Sky Blue. And it's not their fault. Look at all the training. Look how long it took to get Jade to do the little shit that she's done to this point. Even with a butt like that. Yeah, 100%, man. You bring to all right. Upper middle? No. Lower middle at best, sir. I can list off at least 12 people off the top of my head that would be ahead of her. First 3 minutes of Modern Family on TBS has me more entertained. On a plus side, I love AEW. I got that one. All right. Facts, KJ. I thank everybody for being here. We are back tomorrow, 8 p.m. We go live. The Dirt Sheet debate returns. SmackDown Friday. And then Backlash Saturday, 11:30 a.m. live, folks. The fact that there's still 100 people blows my mind. I appreciate all of you on behalf of Big Nick, on behalf of Anthony, on behalf of Tony Khan and AEW. I thank you for joining me tonight. Be a friend, tell a friend. Click all those links below. I swear to God, I'm just stalling until I find the button. But once again, thank you. Click all those buttons. Be a part of the family. The best thing you can do for us is tell a friend. Share the Wrestling for Life with everybody. We just came off the best month of the channel's history, and we will be back at it. And we aren't stopping anytime soon. May's about to break some records. So thank you. And until tomorrow, I will see you on the flip side. Good night.